But so wait, as far as possum game goes, you are a possum in a skyscraper, and there's a haunted hotel lobby. All right, finding artifacts in the past. Sign my ass up. I'm gonna launch this puppy. Now I will need to capture the game separately, so give me one moment. Just through the Go.engine, by the way. And you can hear it, but you can't see it yet. This is a 16:9 game. Oh, I think it didn't like that. I think it didn't like that, but that's okay. I think I might need to relaunch. Sometimes alt-tabbing can make it a little bit silly. Boop. Is this it? That's not it. This is it, though. Oh, that was it. That was it. It just took a second. There it goes. Actually, maybe it'll be okay. It's a little bit loud, isn't it? I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. All right, so here, so now, as in addition to playing out real life happy times and fantasies, now we get to play out a video game fantasy of being a possum, being a small little possum friend, and who has, is this like a mama possum that we're trying to keep warm, maybe? Guess we're about to find out. I like the implication that they have an actual running TV. Oh, I have it still muted, by the way. There we go. Sorry about that. So, getting back into the games. Thank you again to Team Up, though, for the generous support. Very, very kind. Bunch of cool homies. So yeah, we have a mama possum that just likes watching TV. And I don't think I can activate or interact with the TV, but she's just chilling. Got our cans of food, as possums do, of course. And yes, we were informed that we're on the alcove of a skyscraper, and sure enough, this looks pretty skyscraper-esque to me. And it's snowing. We got the snowies. I do have a jump button. I don't have like a way to like crawl up walls or anything. I can sprint or just run a little bit faster. Scurry faster even. Looks like there's a party going on over there. Ooh, and there's a pipe. It's clearly where we're meant to go. Is there anything else this way? No, I kind of like looking at the boundaries of these things. I like seeing how far we can push it. I mean, I'm not gonna attempt to fall off the edge, but I bet there's fall damage probably. It's very convenient of this pipe to be attached to the skyscraper like that. So that's the one that we're attached to. Got some squirrels and a hawk. Now I'm not sure if it's a smart idea for a possum to be communing with a hawk. You would think a hawk would be of the persuasion to look at a possum and a squirrel and say, oh boy, it's food. Is this squirrel alive, or have they been taxidermied? No, it's breathing. And he talks. My name is Samantha. I'm a beautiful possum. Oh, and apparently maybe our mama possum is under the weather then. Maybe that's why she's wrapped up in the blankie. A bottle labeled, pentoxyphylline? Zyphylline? Zephylline? Maybe it is a antibiotic or something? Who knows? But thank you, squirrel friend, for helping out our mom. What do you think, bird friend? Hanging with us tonight? Only for a little bit. Or I'll just say sure am. Enjoy the lights while they still glow. That's correct. The holiday lights. If the ocean makes it up to the Waterford Dome. That doesn't sound good. Are we talking like a flood happening or something? Flood? Ocean making it to the dome. I mean, things... Oh, you know what? You know what? I hadn't even noticed that, but yeah, it looks like things are kind of underwater down there. So we're in a apocalyptic situation. If it means, yeah, if it means like a tsunami has hit or global warming has hit a fever pitch or something. Now let's go deliver the goods back to our mama possum real quick. Kind of adds to the ethereal qualities of what's going on here. Now, yeah, while the lights still glow, because yeah, the power hasn't gone out yet, which is kind of surprising. I mean, she's still okay. Do I have a inventory? Click. Looking to see if there's a way where I can give her the medicine we just got. I'm pressing all the buttons. 1, 2, 3. Enter. Shift. Tab. T. I. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe not. Maybe we gotta come back later. Let's talk to more of our furry friends. Or maybe even explore more around this. Whoa! Missed the jump. And fell into the water. Oh, but it's okay. It's okay. We respawned. So, not much punishment for accidentally falling off the edge. That means it's real easy to slip off then. So here are the lights in all their splendor. What does girlfriend think about all this? What's going on? Party is going on. Everyone to Chatal's Bash over in the old garment lofts. Is that where we should be going? For florist compounds, if you ask me. Well, what do you think, Hawk Friend? Oh, I don't know if I can actually talk to Hawk Friend. Ask about the weather. Soft rains would be coming, but look around you. I mean, looks like snow to me. But if it's snowing and there's the ocean flooding and the water levels are rising, then yeah, I don't know. I don't typically associate those kinds of things as being in the winter. What about business? No reason to talk about that kind of stuff tonight. Yeah, we don't want to talk about work stuff. And then lastly, let's talk about presents. Haven't gotten presents yet? Should have told me earlier. Everyone's been scavenging like crazy for Madvent. Well, that's a nice little name drop there. But we know a spot. Peeped her out, but she didn't go in. There might still be stuff inside. So maybe Jay could fly us there. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do that then. Jay, you want to take us to the spot? Jay's Crateway Express. Up in the box. I am ready. And now here we are. Ooh, it's a little bit laggy. It's like, I'll just stay back here. No, I'm still looking. So, there's like stuff to scavenge for presents maybe, and apparently another one of our friends came here and it creeped them out. I wonder what was creepy about it. What's this? We found a polyvinyl artifact, okay. Is it like a cassette tape maybe? All we have is now. Enjoy today, and it was all a dream. So it's like an old abandoned hotel, I think. It's like a swimming pool. Yeah, see a bunch of rooms. Yeah, it's either a hotel or an apartment complex. And apparently it's spooky in some ways. Polyethylene. Nice little piece of jewelry. This is the kind of thing that I like to think a possum would be down for, just little trinkets and baubles. Nice little Christmas tree. Can't quite jump high enough to get up that way. Don't know how many presents we need, but we'll just scrounge around. Nothing on the pool tables, or pool lounging chairs. Oh, actually cannot walk. Actually, you can walk on it, but you can't go any further, so there's an invisible wall here. Actually, there's nothing on this little ledge. Oh, it's glass. I see it now. Yeah, it's glass. Okay. Yeah, nothing here. I wonder if I can get into the individual rooms, the hotel rooms. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. The volume, that is, because it was real loud earlier, but now it's like very quiet. Oh, goodness. Juicy, thank you. Thank you, Juzzy, for the very kind raid. Thank you very much. Had some points at the counter. Thank you, Juzzy. Good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well, friends. We're playing some... this is part of the Madvent Calendar collection. This particular game is called Possum. This is all a part of a charity marathon stream we're doing for Extra Life. And this game, it takes place in like an abandoned hotel. We're playing as a possum. Shocking, right? Oh, that's just to toggle widescreen. We're playing as a possum who's looking to gather little trinkets and artifacts to give as Christmas presents to his little woodland creature friends. So all good stuff. But we got Sophie here as well. I was gonna say I definitely recognize the name Juzzy. It's good to see you, friends. Do a quick shout out for our friends. See what you guys were up to on this fine evening. It is 2 Z's and 2 Y's. Bam. Oops. 3 Y's. Gosh darn it. You got me. There we go. Doing some Modern Warfare 2. Were you playing with homies? Or were you like with viewers? Or were you just doing some solo queues tonight? And we're playing as Little Possum Friend. That is correct. Yeah, we're playing. You can even see our little nosy kind of in the middle center of the screen. Got me with the triple Y. I wasn't ready for the triple Y. But yeah, like I said tonight, so this game is part of the Madvent Calendar collection. This is actually the 2021 collection, so it's from last year. And it is all like weird indie games, some of which are spooky, some of which are just experimental and bizarre. And a lot of them have kind of this like low poly PS1 aesthetic. They call it the Haunted PS1 Demo Disc collection. So that's kind of what we're up to right now. Played some of the viewers and did some solo games. Very nice, very nice. And that's probably the new one, right? The new, not the like old school Modern Warfare 2. We're talking like the new stuff. But it's been going well. This is actually the 3rd charity marathon stream we've done this year, because in previous years I would do a single 24-hour marathon to raise money for Extra Life, and it was always fun. However, I'm getting old. I'm actually older than I look. I'm 33 this year, so I'm getting old. And my body's ability to do anything for 24 hours unimpeded is diminishing with every year as my body wilts and wastes away, to put it nicely, obviously. So instead of doing a single 24-hour thing, we're breaking it up and doing 3 8-hour things, so it's less hard on my body. I'm mostly joking. However, earlier this year, as a result of overusing my voice and like doing too many long streams earlier in the year, like around January, February, I actually developed polyps on my vocal cords, on my larynx, and I had to undergo surgery to get them removed. And it wasn't super invasive. It wasn't like horrible. It was an outpatient procedure. They didn't do any incisions. They just like knocked me out and went down my throat with a micro laser. So it's pretty easy, all things considered, but still, that was like, ooh, I gotta cool it with the long streams. So this is a nice way to still have some fun. We found a gel artifact. Oh, it's a gel pin. Fantastic. The newest one, yeah, the old one. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that the old ones would still have servers at all, actually. What's that say? The blocktrepreneur, maybe? Is this like a distant? Oh, you know what? I see it. Yeah. Something about NFTs on. All right, so I think I understand what's happened. So this takes place in the distant future. Everything's all about the blockchain. There's like articles about NFTs, and if you look outside, you can't really see it from here, but the oceans have flooded. And all the skyscrapers are like starting to get underwater, so it's like a dystopian future where everything has become hecked, which is you know, very, very happy and positive, a very happy and positive look on the future. Yay! So I think we're nearly done with this little area, though. I feel like we've explored most of what we can. Let's see if there's anything on the tree itself. Or like if I can get up inside of it or something. Can I like steal some of the ornaments or something? It seems like the kind of thing a possum would be inclined to do. Get ourselves some tree ornaments and such. Some people do play, yeah, but there's a lot of cheaters, probably a lot of bot accounts. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it goes when it comes to those older games. To be honest, yeah, I just assumed that the servers were taken offline long ago, so I'm impressed that the servers are still running. But yeah, I wouldn't expect it to have much availability, unless people were organizing their own like little groups, like everyone hop on this server on this time, and we'll kind of flash mob it with like, you know, maybe a 10 or 12 or 15 people group size people. So So that way you can kind of have like a consistent group. Because yeah, if you're trying to just join with normies, or not with the normies, with randos rather, then it would probably be a bit of a toss-up. I think we're done here though. Let's go ahead and head back to where we came from. I think we've seen all that we can. That little like discoloration part, that little green part, is a little bit weird. Make sure there's nothing else up here. Sure, I guess this is just like this is I guess like a bar, so I guess this is like some kind of glass, some kind of serving glass. Can I get up here? Don't think I can. Yeah, probably not. Okay. Let's head back to our friend. Take us back, unless... Whoops. Can I jump on my friend's head? Yes. And I think that's as far as we go. Okay, I was wondering if maybe there was more to it. Ready to head out. Let's go. Alright, so we found some presents for our woodland creature friends. Gave him a gel pen. He loves it. Beauty is unparalleled, and I'll cherish it always. And for you. Aw, delicious. So beautiful. Wish I had something like this back when I was a fledgling. I would try to show off to other sparrows, but they never noticed me. Well, they'll notice you now, friend. You looks dashing. Now let's go bring a present back to our mom. Got a raid and... Oh yeah, that is quite late for you, Juzzy. No doubt about it. Well, thank you again. Thank you again for a very kind raid, for helping us out. Really appreciate you. And of course, like I said, I did see Sophie joins in. I thought I knew your screen name from somewhere, so it's like any friends of Sophie's is automatically a friend of ours, because we all love Sophie. She's cool as hell. So that means anybody associated with her is like automatically dope, automatically cool as shit. So thank you for hanging out, friends. I really appreciate you. We'll be going for quite a long time. The plan is to go for about 8 hours tonight, maybe a little bit more. But we got a nice streamy stream ahead of us. So, sweet dreams, Ma. Uh-oh, does that mean the water has flooded? No, I don't think it has. I think that's just the end of the game. Yeah, I think that was just the end of the game then. Because they were talking about the ocean levels were rising, or it had flooded rather, and like the buildings were going to be underwater soon. So I was worried that was going to be like, you know, we're all going to die. But I think that really was just the end of the game. So, nice and chill. Nice and chill little game that was called Possum. The next one up is called A Gift. A bit dazed. That's right. Yeah, we all love our friend Sophie. She's awesome. Do not let them open your gift. Is the gift my chest cavity or something? I don't know why we wouldn't want them to open it, but alright. Let's see what it's all about. A Gift is the name of this game. And give me 1 sec while I capture it. Because of course this is launching separate executables, so I have to capture each one individually. I think I might have seen this game if it's what I think it is. Boop. There we go. Oh. Okay. Oh, so we got the grabby hands. Right, we have to discourage them. A bit dazed. I watched them just a little bit. I mean, I'm only a little bit biased. It's blue. Yeah, it's blue. But I think Sophie's pretty cool. I think Sophie is pretty cool. She plays games and doesn't afraid of anything. Did I lose? I lost! I'm gonna try that again. This is actually kind of hard because it's kind of hard to see what the character, or what the colors are. Name of the developer is Mike, or Mick, maybe. Some Bailey's, Jet. Jet, it's how fortuitous you would mention Bailey's. That's perfect timing. I was just talking to Gracie about Bailey's, because Arctic was in here a couple days ago, and he was extolling the virtues of Bailey's and coffee, but he acknowledges that I don't drink, so it's a little bit tricky, obviously. If you're somebody in my position who doesn't drink, but you still want to taste the sweet, sweet nectar of Irish cream, a la Bailey's. So I've had like Starbucks Irish cream, but it's probably not the same. It's probably not like the real stuff, you know. It's probably not the good shit. So I kind of want to try the good stuff, and I think there is a non-alcoholic version of Bailey's. you could probably buy at specialty shops, that kind of thing. So I was just talking to Gracie a little bit earlier because we have a friend of ours who expressed interest in there's like a Bailey's holiday snack, not snack pack, but like treat pack. It has like a bottle of Bailey's and like like a mug, and I think like some snacks in as well, some treats. So it's like a little holiday pack. We were thinking we were gonna go maybe pick it up tomorrow for this friend of ours and do some Christmas shopping. And while we're shopping for that, I'm gonna look for the non-alcoholic version because I'm very much down to try it. Some boozy hot chocolate. I would want to try it in coffee personally, like some iced coffee, or hot coffee too for that matter. But I think it sounds pretty neat. So this is just a short little mini game. Obviously, it's kind of almost like a WarioWare-esque kind of game. Real simple. The nice thing is that it seems like it's pretty like consistent in that you can tell if it's from up here it's gonna be blue, it's from over here it's gonna be red, if it's over here it's gonna be green. Oh, did we win? I wasn't expecting it to be... Oh, that's it, the game just closes. Okay, I wasn't sure there was gonna be an end goal, but all right, so we beat that game. A real short. Drink Bailey straight from the bottle. That's what I've heard too. I've heard it's that good. So I'm very curious to try it because I've heard it's just amazing. Just super amazing. Next game is called Extremely Cool Downhill Skiing with Jaska. Extremely cool, you say. Make it down the mountain alive, do cool flips. I wonder if this is going to... Oh, Moya Horror. That's a game developer I recognize. I wonder if this is going to be reminiscent of Ski Free, which actually would be, if that is what this is going to be, then this would be the second Ski Free like that we've played in recent years, or recent months even, because McPixel 3 had a Ski Free mini section as like, that was very clearly a reference. So once again, I'll get this captured, but I'm very curious about this one. It's gonna launch. It's thinking about it. Okay, here we go. No, you can't see it yet. Whoa! That is my man, Adam. Adam, thank you so much, buddy. I know you can't see it yet. There we go, it's going. Doing its thing. Vista Vision, by the way. PlayStation Magazine. Old school, man, love it. Adam, thank you so much. And a bottle of Yum is actually what it sounds like. Thank you, Adam. That resub, buddy. 31 months. Goddamn, dude. Good to see you, man. We're playing some weird indie games. Sometimes they're spooky. A lot of times they're just like strange and goofy. Let's see. Mujavari. I wonder where this would be in the world. Or maybe it's a made-up kind. Maybe it's a made-up area. Maybe it's not a real thing. But I'm wondering if this is like based off of something. Christmas party. Well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate you stopping in. If you gotta hop off, man, I totally get it. I don't want to be taking you away from the fam, but I appreciate you with that resub, buddy. It's always good to see you and hear from you. And we'll be going for pretty much all night tonight. Pretty much until well after midnight. So we got lots of games ahead of us, my friend. It says press the any key. Okay. So, yes, it is very clearly a ski free like. It's a little bit like it's a little bit wonky. Don't hit the trees, obviously. Whoop, I hit the trees. Oh, there's a monster friend. He's right on my booty. He is a very fast lad. Oh, there we go. We lost his ass. Ski down the mountain, don't get fucking got, and don't get murked, don't get eaten. He is a fast lad. It's just, I think it's just Satan. I don't even think it's a Yeti. It's just an actual demon. He's a fast lad, but I'm faster. So, no, I'm not. I feel like I'm very slow. That must makes me wonder if I'm like doing it wrong. Merry Chrysler, and a Merry Crumbus to you as well, my friend. Oh, he came from the other direction. The mix-up. Oh, you fucking... You got my ass. Did the screen, like, scroll down at all? I feel like it's weird. Like, I can't really see the top. I guess it's okay, it's okay. What if I go this way? What if I say heck the rules? Oh, we die. That's what happens. Okay, we'll follow the arrows. Wanna do some cool tricks. There we go. Yeah, like, I can't see the word score anymore. It's, like, slowly descending. Is our character falling asleep? Falling asleep at the computer. Damn it. He fucking obliterates my ass. Goddamn. So brutal. Why you gotta be so violent? Goddamn. Hey, what's up, Ryan? It's the Ski Patrol. You know, I never really understood what Ski Free... I never understood the lore behind Ski Free. Like, why is the Yeti chasing the guy down the mountain? Is that, like... Is that a forbidden mountain that skiers aren't allowed on? Same kind of question here. Is like, what's the demon got against us, man? We're just vibing. If anything, demons shouldn't really belong in, like, snowy areas. They belong in the underworlds. So, if anything... Whoops, daisy. The demon is the one that's kind of fucking up here. It's good to see you, by the way, Ryan. Chad Chattington III. Beat him downhill. Oh my god. Yes. Oh gosh. What movie is that? I mean, there's the South Park episode, but it's like based on a movie, I think. Look at if I'm going just down. Like if I'm just holding S, I go very slow. But if I go to the side, then I go fast. Oops. Then I go too fast and hit a wall. So clearly what you gotta do is you gotta hit him with the mix-ups. And with the old razzle-dazzle. What if there's a button I didn't like catch? I wonder if I can get like the breakdown of the controls again. God damn it. These trees are trying to kill me. And then he hits us with a mix-up, that's what we get got, yeah. So I'm going to... Let's see, I'm gonna relaunch the game. Do I have a mouse cursor in-game? No, I do not. I'm gonna make sure that I didn't just miss something super obvious. I feel like there was something with controls I might have missed. Don't pizza when you yeah, that's what I think of the South Park episode. But it's based off of a movie, I think. I just don't know what the movie is. And at the end, the nerdy girl flashes her boobs, but her boobs are like little, like, sci-fi gremlins. It's very weird. It's a strange episode. One of very few strange South Park episodes, when they're always so normal otherwise. So Moya, again, that's one of the indie developers that I recognize, at least. We've definitely played games by this person before. I'm trying to think which ones we would have played by them already. Because I recognize Moya Horror, and I also recognize... Modus Interactive. Oh, you know what? I get it now. Moya Horror, that's the developer behind Sauna 2000, the sauna game that we played at the end of our first marathon in November. And they're a Finnish developer, so I bet on the side of that map, that's probably a map of an area within Finland. So that's probably exactly what this is going for. So we do have a sprint button. I should be trying that. All right, let's do that. So we have a sprint button. I don't know how much good it's going to do. Can we get down the mountain? That is the question. I'm holding shift, and I feel like I'm not going that much faster, but the demon hasn't showed up yet, so I guess I'll take it. And you know what? I bet the demon that we see in-game is identical to the demon that we saw in Sauna 2000. Whoops. Those good old Finnish demons. You know how it is. Pretty standard stuff. Those Finnish mountain demons. And sauna demons, too, for that matter. It's a fun noise. Now the question is, what awaits us at the bottom of... Whoa! Right off the edge, off the bottom of this mountain. Yeah, I was gonna say, we're dead, aren't we? Oh wait, am I still going? No, I am definitely not going. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky to tell where your shadow... Like, where you can see where your shadow is, obviously, but it's a little bit tricky to tell where you're about to land. So I think I need to be paying more attention to the shadow. Top 4 people I still have stalked and lurked for channel points. It's, you know what? I always love the Twitch recap. I mean, lots of internet websites and services do this kind of thing nowadays, so you know, Twitch isn't super special for it. But I do like seeing the Twitch recaps, because partly for the reason you just mentioned, Ryan, you kind of see like it's a good summary of your watching habits, for better or for worse. Because sometimes it's like really cool and surprising. Other times it's like, oh god, I really spent that much time watching this person. What the hell is wrong with me? Why am I so weird? Made it this far, by the way. Because if you stream like up to a certain amount of time, certain number of hours, then you get a streamer recap as well as a viewer recap. And yeah, the viewer recap is, like I said, can be like a little bit revealing in a good way. I mean, in my case, I have a number of friends who stream. And of course, I like to watch their streams and support them, but there's also people I just watch, you know, not because I know them personally, just because I like their content. So it's kind of fun, yeah. Like you see who are some of your defaults, your like just go-to peoples. I see this guy's nipping at my heels, but I think we're at a pretty good pace. Uh-oh. It's open now. He's gaining on me. Yeah, I think, oh, there we go, are we good? Oh, it's a different thing now. Oh gosh. So much like Sonic 2000, in Sonic 2000 there was like a point at which the perspective shifted, and it became a different kind of game. It looks like this has done exactly that. Although this is actually easier to play, I would say. Extremely cool downhill skiing, by the way. I feel extremely cool right now. Oh, fell off the edge. But mercifully, it starts me back over with the third-person view. I much prefer this to the isometric view. And it has the cursed, fucked up music, indicating that there's something horrible on our tail. I like the skiing animation, by the way. Like we're not using the sticks at all. Oh my god, I did the same thing. Same thing. I just tried to do the same shortcut and it screwed me over. Couple of you are a little bit more surprised about, yeah, in my case it was 50-50. Like my top 4, 2 of them were streamers I watched on a regular basis just for funsies, and 2 of them were like friends of mine, where if I'm like if they're live and I need to go AFK for something, I'll just put their stream on and just I'll leave the browser on full volume, but I'll turn my speakers down, so that way Twitch counts me as a viewer. Oh my god. But my computer's not making noises, so like if Gracie's over here, or if we're watching something, or if I need to do work stuff, or I'm on a conference call or something, like I can still be a participation for their stream, but yeah, without it like, you know, actually making too much noise, which is nice. My top one in particular, my top one was not a surprise to me. He's a streamer named Dunker Slam. He is probably, I think, the most popular Noita streamer. Noita was one of my favorite stream games. It's one of my favorite games in general, obviously, but it's one of my favorite stream games to play and to watch. And for anybody curious, Noita, how appropriate I would talk about Noita while I'm playing a game by a Finnish developer. Noita is a game made by Finnish developers. The word Noita is Finnish for the word witch. And it's a very fun game, and like I said, it's for me, it's a desert island game. But Dunker Slam is one of like the premier Noita streamers, and he streams like start at 11 o'clock, like 11 o'clock at night. So and sometimes I'm a night owl, sometimes I go full degen, but a lot of times, especially if it's a weeknight, I have to get up. You know, it's a school night, as they say, so I have to get up early for work. So what I'll do is it's kind of same kind of thing. I'll just leave his stream up, so I'm like counting towards his viewership. And then, like, as I'm waking up, is sometimes when he's ending his stream. So I'll like, catch the first part of his stream, then inevitably have to conk out. When you're in the end, by the way, I think we might be. So now what's gonna happen when we reach this end? Is it gonna switch perspectives again? Oh, you can see the controller, by the way. Look in the bottom on like the southernmost part of the screen. We're holding the controller. It's a PS1 controller. There's Haunted 2000, by the way. So yeah, same developer and everything, just like we thought. So, oh, and also I didn't even notice that, yeah, it's like a different setting. Earlier we were on like a desktop, like a Windows machine. Now we're on a PlayStation. So it's a completely different vibe. So it's like this is like the console ports of a desktop game. But what's gonna be waiting for us at the end? Other than more extremely cool downhill skiing. Although I feel like we're going uphill right now, actually. Is the monster gonna get us? The music is getting weird. Well, we crested the hill. Oh! I'm the best skier. He got our asses. Not enough points. Happy Holidays by Moyo Horror. That's right, Haunted 2000. That's the one we all know and love. No shock in this slide is Nitro, yeah. More fun with the stream participation. What's up, Murdercrats? The stream participation stuff is fun. I was watching Dunk, and he made an interesting point. The stream participation stuff is really good once you know the game, kind of, sort of. But it's tough if you're, like, first starting out, because the stream participation, or, like, the viewer integration, rather, like the chat integration, inevitably causes the chat to, like, vote on things that murder your character. And it can be frustrating, because you can have a good run going that just gets got prematurely. So he was saying, like, he usually recommends for people starting out not to use Twitch integration, but kind of introduce it little by little. Yeah, so that was extremely cool downhill skiing with Jaska. Is there a possibility that there was more to that? There is a chance. We didn't get a ton of points for that second sequence in particular, but I think I'm cool with moving on, just because you know, it's just kind of a samey loop. But yes, Moyo Horror, again, big fan of this developer, because Haunted 2000 was hilarious and weird, and this one was weird and goofy and had a similar kind of fun sense of humor about it, which I appreciate. Going up the mountain, next is going to be Amalgamation, and a nut dab from Murdercrats, probably. I see the nut, there's the dab. You got it, fam. The song at the end of the mountain ride, dude, I wish. I freaking wish. Risk of Rain 2 has Twitch integration as well. Got completely, yeah, exactly. That's part of the fun, but yeah, what Dunk was getting at was, like, you don't want to do that every time, and you don't want to do it when you're starting out. And that's what I did for a long time. When I streamed Noita, from the get-go, I only used Twitch integration, and when I was learning the game, and I did it every stream for the first, like, several months, and only when I stopped using Twitch integration, I started to, like, actually make progress with the game, did I feel like I really got the hang of it. And I want to go back for more of it, honestly. The game, I want to go back to streaming. So yeah, it makes sense, like, it's a fun thing to play with, but you don't want to make that the default, because it can kind of cut into your enjoyment. Posy Space Gothic Diorama about a brown dwarf. All right. I wonder if when they say diorama, if that means it's going to be one of these kind of museum games where there's not as much of like a win condition or like an objective, but you're just kind of browsing and looking around at like a weird landscape. We'll find out soon. Do a quick capture here. Amalgamation is the name of this game. 2022 calendar, the calendar games, Jet. That is the plan. Yeah, the plan is to hopefully get to this year's pack, which just came out a couple weeks ago. Now, I will confess, I know not what needs to be done. Right click, left click, scroll, space, escape, enter. Uh-oh. Unless, like, it really is just hold, like, sit back and watch. Oh, here we go. An immature amalgamation. Okay. Yeah, this one might be real slow, which is fine, We need this to mix it up. Now, when they're talking about this, a dwarf, a brown dwarf, I think that would probably be an interstellar entity, wouldn't it? We're not talking about, like, a woodland dwarf, we're talking about a celestial body. However, I still feel like there's something I'm supposed to be doing. So it's a dying star. Thank you, Quirky. Leave it to our resident teacher for teaching us. Ember among ash. It's probably gonna start. Oh, so it's a sun then, specifically. Yeah, it's star, a sun. Yeah. That's what we're looking at here. I was thinking it was a planet. Oh, those forgotten by the living. Unneeding perpetual. Is this a piece of debris? Space debris? %. yeah. I mean, for myself, I spend a lot of time on Twitch, like a lot of time watching people and of course streaming. So like, there's a lot of people that I follow and watch. But yeah, if you pop in for primarily one person, then yeah, that's gonna be you know, the obvious one, I suppose. And I do appreciate you watching, Ryan. Taking time out of your Saturday, bud. See, everyone left. So is it gonna like get melted by the star? Everything stayed behind. I'm shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked. I have that YouTube video on like speed dial on a regular basis. It's a good reaction clip. Yeah, I'm assuming the other people that would have been on your list probably would have been people that I would have rated after ending one of these streams. Getting real small. Heat death approaches. Hooray! Yeah, I think this is gonna be like a real short, which is fine. We had some longer ones last time. See, it's still pulsating a little bit. But yeah, you get a mixture of like real short and like decently longer, like half an hour to an hour maybe. People that we'd rate, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Is that it? Just real short and sweet. Okay, that's fine. Real short and sweet. We'll take those. That was amalgamation. On to the next one. We started at number 10. We're up to 15 already. So look at that. Warped North is up next. I like that picture in the background. I mean, I haven't really like pointed it out, but you might be able to tell that the houses individually have like art based on the game that's been played. So it's kind of a nice little feature that you can kind of see ahead of time what you're getting yourself into based on the design of the buildings. And of course we can zoom out and get a full view of how far we have left to go and how far we've come so far. Let's go up to 15. Yeah, the nice thing about Twitch, though, there's, like I said, there's a lot of people that I watch. There's a lot of creators whose content I really enjoy. And there's people that play lots of different kinds of games. People that don't even play games at all in some cases. There's people that do art, people that do crafting or perform music or compose their own stuff or make video games or write software. Like, there's people doing lots of different things on Twitch. So one of those things where if you're looking for a particular style of content, odds are you could probably find it, which is nice. So Warped North is this game. Captured alien gets stranded on a strange Arctic continent. Alrighty then. Fever Dream Johnny, that is a developer I recognize. I think we've played some of their games before. Fever Dream Johnny, let's see what he's got. Here's Johnny. Jackbox Party Pack 8, Johnson. Hell yeah, friend. That sounds great. We actually played Party Pack 8 at Ryan's a few weeks ago. That was probably about a month or so ago. It's for the Halloween. Yeah, it was for the Halloween stuff. And that was a pretty good time. There was what was it? There was one game in particular that stood out. And Ryan, of course, remembers Handfoot Baby. So there was like a few games in that pack that I enjoyed. I am partial to, I think it's Party Pack 7 that has Job Job. I adore Job Job. It's probably my favorite. It might be my favorite Jackbox game ever. It is phenomenal. By the way, I know that my face is covering up part of this game. It says onboard systems calibration. In progress, of course. Alright, so let me move this so you can see what's going on here. Boop. So Cookie. Best and brightest electronic AI companion. Surgically connected. Oh boy. I fit it with this model. Okay. Maybe that stupid robot will teach it morals or slow it down. You've maybe recently experienced physical trauma from a boat crash. Would you like a reminder on how to use your otherworldly powers? Our options are smiley face or scream. Oh, smiley face. Can't tell which minigames are in which party pack anymore. It is kind of hard to keep track. For me, it gets blurred around like party pack, like beyond party pack 4 is where the lines get a little bit blurred. Faking it. Yeah, I know Ryan is always has it's a hard sell getting us to play faking it because he's like the only one that enjoys it. Because I'm not a huge fan of like the hidden roll games. I'm not, especially like the thing is like the only way to play those games effectively is to play them with people you know well, and playing like hidden roll deception games with people I know well is my least favorite thing to do because I don't want to like, I feel like I'm making my friends sad, you know, when I lie to them. So it's like, I don't like that. So it's like, it tickles a part of my brain that makes me sad. So yeah, it's not my favorite. Not my favorite. It's also why I've never played Among Us or like any of these kinds of like hidden roll deception games. So we can inflate, magnify, twist, drag, and revert. I'm sure those are hopefully someone's fetishes. Switch modes with the number keys. Press R to revert. Focus object will expand outward. Right click to decrease inward. Magnify causes the surface to grow in size. Right clicking shrinks it. Twist deforms clockwise. Right click will make it go anti-clockwise. Counter-clockwise. Drag allows you to pull apart an object in a direction. Right clicking has the same functionality. Revert brings it back to its natural form. Press E to pick up certain objects. Don't use them on anything living. That would be naughty. I'll make a pursed lips face. So here we are. We're a little alien friend. Here's a friend. It looks a little bit like an NPC from Spyro. So we're just gonna inflate him a little bit. And then murder him. Can I revert? Yep, we're good. See, he's fine, he's fine. Can I shrink him? Oh, I think the blood needs to seep back in. Yeah. Inflate, drag, magnify, twist. But yeah, there's revert. Okay, so I cannot revert him. Can I? Okay, I can inflate him again. Okay, so you can just keep torturing this poor soul. Can I magnify him? There we go, magnifying like certain aspects of him until he pops. Okay, so you can just do horrible things. Yeah, you can like yoink him. Yeah, see you can do like really fucked up things, but it's okay. I'll revert you back to normal. Uh-oh. Maybe he can't be reverted. Oh no, he's fine, he's fine. Very good. So inflating, twisting. Oh yeah, what's twist do? Looking good. Yep, looking great. And then he pops. Yep, alright, so like they said, don't use this on anything living. You got it, fam. I'll be a good boy. Gotta play this in the same room. Yes, that's a good point too. Some of those games are very, very difficult to play on stream. There's the, what is it, Zeeple Dome, I think, is a very cool game, but yeah, it is actually impossible to play on stream. It's pretty miserable trying to do that. I would say probably like just inflate, right? There we go. We're gonna deflate it, but yeah, let's revert it. Actually, what if I do this? What if we just magnify this one part? Did that do it? Oh, it just made it like wider. What if I drag it upwards? There we go. It's kind of working. It's probably a little bit slower, but I like to think this is like the smarter way to do it. See, there we go. Nice little bridge. And this is probably a checkpoint. Can I inflate the checkpoint? I cannot. Enter. I'll just assume the checkpoint has been hit and then we're good. Alright, so, same kind of thing. What if I just drag... Oops. Can I, like, drag this towards me? There we go. I do have a jump. I don't know if I can make that jump, though. I gotta, like, grab more pieces of it, I think. And then let's also inflate it. Can I inflate this one? There we go. Whoop. There we go. So checkpoint has been hit. Oh, this is water. Okay. There's a friend over here. We'll just assume that maybe we want to talk to that lad. Oh, that's way too fast. Okay, so we gotta, like, stop that from doing its thing. Can I magnify? Maybe magnifying is better. Yeah, I think I want to catch one of those things. I don't know. See, I think inflating is, like, the best strat. Or inflating and dragging seems like the best for, like, more targeted maneuvers. Whoa. Okay, we're locked to 1 in place. Hey, Black Magics, thank you, buddy. Thank you very much for that raid, my man. How you doing, dude? Let's see what Black Magics is up to tonight. A quick shout out. Black Magics, bam. Doing some more StarCraft 2, man. Because, yeah, Black Magics has been going ham on StarCraft. Yeah, I remember it was maybe a week or so ago you were playing through classic StarCraft, and then he started on StarCraft 2 relatively recently. How'd it go tonight, by the way, dude? We got Cinnamon now. We got Honda. Thank you, friends. Wings of Liberty. That's the expansion, I think, for StarCraft 2. Thank you very much for that raid. Tonight is Extra Life Streamy Stram number 3. And the Rick fan. Oh, well, thank you, guys. Thank you to Ryan and the homies for a very generous donation. And you guys already donated. You donated last month, and I think you even donated... or last marathon. I think you donated the first one as well, so... I promise I'm not trying to swindle you out of money 3 times as many times, but thank you for the donation to our fundraising efforts. It's very kind, very, very kind of you guys. Saterian campaign. Oh, okay. Heart of the Swarm. Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of, because I know I remember, like, hearing some of these names. Whoops. Hearing some of these names originally. Also, I guess we're not supposed to jump on these then. Yeah, you fall right through. So we don't jump on those. We just gotta catch the platforms then. Spreading out. Well, thank you, Ryan. That's very kind. Like I said, you guys have already done so much. That's very generous. It is. You've already done so much to help out, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, we want to get these things stopped in their tracks. I can't expand that one. Expand this one out. Wish I could kind of heck with it a little bit more. Like, inflate is kind of the basic, but I found that dragging is also kind of nice because you can do, like, more directed maneuvers with it. Let's jump up here. So we're using our alien powers to manipulate things so we can get around. I'm a little bit surprised we couldn't jump on this thing, though, because I can't expand that thing out, unfortunately. An angry infant, of course. I totally get it. I totally get it. Thank you again to Black Magics. Black Magics is a fellow St. Louis streamer, content creator friend, by the way. And he is also one of the moderators for the Twitch St. Louis community meetup group. So he's a busy guy, and he just had a kid not too long ago. So he's pulling probably quadruple duty, honestly, along with having holding down a full-time job. So he's a busy guy. But thank you very much, my friend. I really appreciate that raid. We're playing, this is part of the indie game collection called the Madvent Calendar. This is actually the Haunted PS1 Madvent 2021 collection. This is last year's collection. This is game number 15 out of, I think, 24, maybe 25. So we're a little bit past the halfway point. And if there's time at the end, we're also going to start the 2022 collection as well. That is the plan. So let's see if I can jump on this one. Maybe this one's different. It is not different. Okay, so we really just got to only go for the ice blocks. So we will do that then. So let's inflate this out. Get that one stuck. Thump. Tonight is an 8-hour marathon. The plan is to go at least till midnight, probably even a little bit later, because I started a little bit late. That is the Planarino, my friends. A little bit concerned, because I'm not sure I'll be able to make this jump. But, oh, I have a sprint, though. Okay, the sprint makes it better. Okay. I wasn't sure we had I wasn't sure, like, we had a, oh, shit. A sprint button, so I was worried about our ability to make those jumps. Oh, me of little faith. So now I'm much more confident. So expand that out. There we go. So a new checkpoint has been hit. And we have some other doodads. I wonder if I need to... I'll need to power something, maybe. There's another friend. Hello, friend. A fiendish rogue doth approach, preparing to rend me a twain. An ignoble end for one who hasn't lived an ignoble life, but perhaps it is kindness. The task allotted to me is nigh impregnable. Our options to react are cowboy emoji or scream. I'll react with cowboy emoji. The dulcet tones of the extraterrestrial I detect. Thy powers are beyond reproach. The maintenance of this device, a contraption to power this door. My peers gave me this position despite my small stature. I can't clear the gap for the power source, nor the strength to heft it. Will you rescue me from my fate? Smiley face emoji. You shall not regret this. Now, I didn't even try to talk to these guys previously, so I'm going to hopefully quickly go back and see if I can talk to these fools. All I tried to do earlier was to murder them horribly. Or the flow from the mouth of the fat man's lair. Santa, I guess. The bruiser squads. You see you shuffling too aimlessly in the snow, and you get a truncheon to the face. You see any elf conservators, send them my way, will you? Bunny bee emoji, you got it. Was that even elfish? I thought you were in costume. On the way to an elf Halloween party. You're clearly a homicidal alien. Maybe should have caught that the first time I looked at you. Let's just pretend we didn't see each other then. And of course my reaction to that is... I inflate him up, open. And then he pops into a bloody heap, and then I revert him. And then he says, it's a good thing you aren't an elf, as you cannot be tried at the elf... Oh my god. It is a real thing. Whoops. So... Hold on. What if I go back and... Oh, I guess I did. That's a broken bridge. I was gonna say, what does the other elf say when I try to talk with him and apologize for exploding his internal organs earlier? Because that was kind of a thing that went down, and that's kind of on me, big dog. I kind of sort of murdered him a little bit. So we can interact with him. I'm guessing it's the power source. Deformable ore. You can interact with it. Press each drop what you're holding. Okay. There's the throw button. Very good. Single light bulb. Okay. So... I'm guessing we have to shrink it down. Shrinky-dink it down. There we go. Was that good? Did I do the thing? Mumbling to himself, he is feeling cantankerous. His combat ability is extremely dangerous. Does he not like the fact that I just fixed his thing for him? Seems good to me. Big red button. Here's a friend. Elflius? Yep, it's me. Our options are toothy grin or scream. Forgot my spectacles at my cottage and my hearing aid in my cottage, so he's not the best of sight or sound right now. Listen, the big bad balloon ordered me to explain my auto door manual activation system. And I know you love listening to me talk. Agent, elf, elf-like entity, elf bowler. Elf bowler. Bunch of the elves are sneaking in to drink eggnog and do elf drugs. Oh yes. All those elf drugs. I know it too well. Stand on the button, then have one of your friends sit down on the one in the ice floe around the corner. And of course, we don't have any friends. Good luck with your testing. Do keep from getting hypothermia. I've urinated on you enough this month. Not enough, I would say. I can't even press the button down. So maybe... Oh, when we jump... Yeah, when we jump, it kind of presses down, but I think we need something thicker. So, to be clear, what if we inflate this person? The elf is in an exceptional amount of pain, and then he died. That's okay, we revert him. He's still in an exceptional amount of pain. Very, very good. Okay, well... We can't inflate him just a little bit. Oh, wait, can I magnify him? There he is, he's good. The problem is I can't take him with me. All I can do is kill him and then bring him back. And then hope that the excruciating pain goes away over time. Oh! Oh, that was like a little water stream. Yeah. So there's the button. So we need a little homie. A little friend. Oh, ice block. Very good. So if we lower this down... What if we deflate it? Oh, whoa! Not quite what I was expecting. It, like, became inverted. That was cool. Let's do... Demagnify. Fantastic. Alright, I think I'm just gonna stick with the usual drag option. Oh, what? Oh, you're not supposed to jump on it. Dang it. I thought I was a genius. So, alright, so let's maybe consider this. Maybe I'm supposed to, like, stretch this to be on the button for me. There's really nothing else, unless I'm supposed to get up here. But there's really nothing up there for me, so I think... Let's do this. So, what if I twist... And then... drag... It occurs to me there might be a limitation. Well, actually, maybe not. It might still work. There we go. So we just kind of smush that bad boy down. I'm shocked that that works, that it stretches so far, but... There we go. Doors open. What say you to this? Sarcastically. He just says the word sarcastically. You did a great job. I wasn't supposed to write. I'll feed you the orcas if you tell anybody. I don't care if it's an OSHA violation. Orca food can't complain. You're right. They sure can't. See, I'm always a good boy. I always turn them back after I deform them horribly. Some snow coming in. Whoa! Didn't realize what I was jumping into. Uh-oh. I don't like that noise. Do we get got? Maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. Making disturbances in the big man's perfect paradise. Letting you do as you please. That's not how we do things, he says. He and the elf elite want you put down and I'm happy to oblige. Gotta make the snow pennies. Nothing personnel. Okay, what's up, Lime? More weird shit, that's right. How's about this? I'm actually gonna jump back in. There was another door that I think I might have missed. So I'm gonna see if there was maybe one last thing. One sec. There it is. This unit is programmed for constant positivity. It will not question that your motives are pure, and that you will in no circumstances cause pain and suffering with your abilities. When would I ever do something like that? Right, so... And we never actually saw what this person had to say earlier. Heard the most awful noise and came down here to investigate. We just found a horribly maimed creature shaking in agony. But you're not injured. You just look that way. Oh, God. Did the captain see your hideous backwards head and have some kind of heart attack? I'll react with fish emoji. I should have expected such an articulate response. I should have gone into elf law. Now look at me, rubbing shoulders with that monstrous mutant catch of the week. Once you get lost, he says. I get enough of an urge to drown myself as it is. I don't need your help. Oops, my finger slipped. He's fine. He's fine. Yeah, no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Builds character. Doing well, Lime. Hell yeah. No, we're doing well as well. We're, like I said, playing more, yeah, weird, fucky, cursed, indie horror games. And I expect that this will lead us down. God damn it. Lead us into some questionable territory. Some spooky ones, some like weird experimental ones, and everything in between. Finding ways to glitch areas in the... Yeah, exactly. Like ways to get past either like just getting out of bounds, or yeah, getting into like the more full game areas when they included more of the full game that they meant to, or that they thought to like specify. So if there are ways to kind of cheese it a little bit. I think there was a way you could do that in the Half-Life demo. Now granted, the Half-Life demo was not really part of the main game. It was kind of its own like specialized kind of thing, its own like standalone kind of deal. But I think there was a way where you could go further past when it's intended to end, when you fight the big blue alien thing. Very Spyro. Yeah, it's so Spyro. It is like aggressively Spyro. It's ridiculous, especially the character models. Like the character models in particular are very Spyro-esque. There's the deformable ore. Costume Quest games, really. And in fact, speaking of Costume Quest, I think Costume Quest 2 is available as a for free. That is, of course, I'm dating this by saying this out loud since this will go up on YouTube. So apologies to any YouTube viewers who are going to be disappointed by this, but on the Epic Game Store, there we go. Costume Quest 2 is today's daily free game of the week, or game of the day. Epic Game Store typically does weekly free games, but the week leading up to Christmas, they always do like an advent calendar kind of thing where they have one free game of the day. And right now, today's free game is Costume Quest 2, which is pretty cool. It is for free, yeah. The only downside, the only stipulation is you have to go to the Epic Game Store to play it. I know it's not everyone's favorite. I know that not everyone is a huge fan of Epic, especially lately, because they recently announced that they are decommissioning a bunch of classic... Oh, I need you to come down this way, actually. A bunch of classic Unreal Tournament games. They're like decommissioning the servers. Not terribly surprising. In fact, I'm kind of surprised they've been up all this time as it is, but yeah, they're decommissioning a bunch of Unreal Tournament servers, so Unreal Tournament Classic, 2003, 2004, Game of the Year edition, they're shutting all of it down, I think at the end of the year. And on the one hand, it's a bummer, but on the other hand, like I said, I'm kind of surprised it went this long anyway, like to begin with. And the audience for those games has shrunk so much over the years. I'm sad about it, but I'm kind of part of the problem because I haven't played an Unreal Tournament game in many, many years. So I feel like it's kind of an inevitability at this point. Got the button. Right, so we jumped down that hole earlier. So what's over here? What in the world are you? This is a lost cowboy. My noble steed and I just plumb lost the trail. Well, you're a little bit far off. Yeah, kind of sad. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. It's like it's just inevitable, I would say. It's like there's been like indie game revival attempts at like old school arena shooters, but they just never find traction. So there's always the, like us old school gamers who are sad to see like the end of those kinds of games go away, but then we never play them whenever they are available. So it's like we say we want it and we miss it, but then we never play it. So it's it's hard probably to navigate properly, but anyway, yeah, Epic Game Store is the thing. And of course, they're a Steam competitor. For a while there, the Epic was kind of weird because they were like paying developers for like timed exclusivity with certain releases, which was a weird way to compete with Steam, where it's like you're just going to throw money around instead of like making a better product, because the Epic Game Store itself is kind of limited with its tool set and like features that it has available compared to Steam. So it's kind of hard to compete directly with Steam, but it just does okay. Does it mean we're the bad guys, Lime? I think it just means that it's just like a changing of the gaming winds, you know, the winds of change blowing. And of course, there's always like LAN parties. Like there's probably going to be fan servers as well. I think those will still be up probably. So it's not like it's going away forever, but yeah, it just means that probably the arena shooter for the time being is going to kind of continue to be on the downturn. Unfortunately, but that's just kind of how it goes. We're probably not in Tennessee any longer. You're probably right. But I've never actually been to Tennessee, so I don't know. Anything else? Surprised you haven't seen me running. I've seen many stranger things in these parts, including a large fellow wearing some newfangled blood red garb. Anything else? Seen any little doggies ambling about? How did we even get here? I'm glad Slim here is a blame fine swimmer. Hope I don't have to shoot her and crawl into her body for warmth. Jesus. Fan club penguin. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, yeah. That's I guess kind of an unfortunate example. I don't know of any examples of like Epic Game Store or Epic Games buying out stuff and then shutting it down. I know EA did that shit a lot though back in the day. So for a while they were like the most reviled game developer publisher for a good while there. I haven't heard as much about them. We were talking about that not too long ago, where it's like, I don't know if it's that EA has done shitty things, or if that other companies have done shittier things. Because I feel like I don't hear as much, like, sadness and, like, frustration about them anymore. By the way, I cannot seem to... I was hoping to, like, magnify them, make them big, or something. But... I'm down the hill. And I'm assuming the ending will be the same. Yeah, we get the gigglings, and then the stabbinings. Nothing personal, he says. That's the end of that game. I mean, it's possible that, like, what if you play through that without causing any violence? I guess we could do that real quick. Like, just a speed run to see if we play through it without causing any dismemberments or maimings to happen. Now, it's not as fun without causing a little bit of violence. If we just go real fast. It's a speed run now. This one's a little bit tricky because it's kind of hard to like get the deformations to work past a certain point. Except for the drag. Drag seems to work the best. That's the one that I like the most. Yeah, it's like there's only so many vertices you can grab. So it's just it's a little bit weird. So you kind of have to just sprint and jump after a certain point. So yeah, once you kind of get the hang of it, it's pretty quick, thankfully. Oops, I actually want to shrink you down. Shrinky dink. EA did the loot box stuff. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. They brought forth many industry norms that earned them the ire of many. but then everyone else turned out to be worse. And then the season pass, yeah. Yeah, the season pass stuff was weird. Yeah, there's, I guess like EA kind of were the originators of a lot of unsavory things. And that like then became capitalized upon further by others. So it's like, they weren't always necessarily the worst offenders, but they kind of set the standard. Alright, so without causing any violence, I'm gonna jump down the hole. Can we still be friends? I still hear this sharpening blades. We still get the blood, yeah, so still, no matter what, you still get got. Making disturbances. I thought maybe we could be friends. There's the battle passes. The battle pass thing I'm not quite as bothered by, because with the battle passes, well, for some games at least, you buy the first one, you know, with real money, and then like you earn, like you do stuff, you do missions, what have you, and through the in-game objectives and in-game missions, you get the premium currency, and then you can use that premium currency to buy the next battle pass. So it's like if you keep playing the game, you can kind of use that to feed the addiction further. So like it's a one-time thing, yeah, like at minimum it's a one-time purchase, but I feel like that it's not as egregious to me, at least, as some of the others. I've never actually opted into a battle pass like Fortnite or any of these games that do that kind of thing, but for those that enjoy it, I'm not as bothered necessarily. Next game up is called A Dream Within a Dream. No goals, only vibes. So it's one of these kinds of games. That's fine. That's fine. Explode Mountain up close and personnel. Could be worse. Yeah. Committing to the game. Yeah. So it's like, if you play it a lot and consistently, then you're rewarded, or at least you don't have to pay money for it. If you play it like once a month or like once every few weeks, it's probably not worth it, and you have to pony up the cash for the battle pass. So I guess it's kind of gatekeepy in that sense, but yeah, I just see it as a less egregious entry on the continuum of microtransactions and less than ideal game practices. The free tier and the premium, right? Yeah, right, Jet. That's a good point too. Because I think, you know, Jet and I, we've been playing a lot of PSO New Genesis. I think that has a nice freemium option as well as the premium stuff for those who wish on such things. SS Eternity. Whoa. Oh, I don't have a jump. So when I jump off the edge, I just respawn. Alright, so no jump. There's a sprint. Oh, look at that. It's like a little diorama of the houses of the overworld. Fallout 76. Oh, that's good that they have a free one as well. So you just buy the game once and then you're set. Yeah, so it's pretty generous. Yeah, that's a good point. You get the free login bonuses. Warframe does the same thing, by the way. Warframe also has like a login bonus thing that you can work towards. The free daily login bonuses, as well as like subsequent, like after so many subsequent days in a row logged in, you get bonuses. So yeah, there are games that I would say do it pretty well, all things considered. See the candle, and I think, am I supposed to go into these houses? Also, PS1 texture warping. Where are you at? Love some Warframe. I haven't played in a long time. I stopped playing, and not really intentionally, but I stopped playing right before the first like open world update, where they added like they pretty much like added a whole new game to the game. And I feel like I ought to try that out again, but I've missed a lot of content from that game. So I would very much like to like go back and get caught up, but I'm pretty far behind, so it's a little bit daunting. Full-fledged MMO, yeah, they have the open world thing. Yeah, they have a few of them. Like they have a few kinds of open world game modes with like fishing and crafting. Like it's apparently wild. Like the stuff they keep adding to the game is truly remarkable. A very ambitious game and developer. Has open worlds and planets. It's crazy. Like the developers, like I'm not trying to imply drug use. Well, I am implying drug use, but I'm not trying to say that they're all a bunch of crackheads. But I mean, they're just like, yeah, man, we're gonna fucking add a new open world mode and fishing and space exploration and blah. Like they've lost their minds, and I'm kind of okay with it. So it's the good kind of crackhead energy that we like to see. That's exactly what you wanted. Yeah, I think you're not alone. I think that's more or less like the next progression they wanted to do. So yeah, they've gone pretty nuts in the best of ways. That's the kind of energy we like to see. Yeah, I'm a fan as well. More content than WoW. Yeah, it's shocking. And again, I mean, unless they've changed it, at least when I was playing, you didn't need to buy anything to see all the content. Now, granted, if you wanted all the best frames and the best weapons and the best prestige skills and blah blah blah, yeah, you kind of had to pony up some cash, but you didn't. If you want to just play the content, you didn't need to buy anything. You never needed to spend money. So yeah, I feel like that's a very good example of a freemium game that rewards premium, paid customers pretty generously, but is not mandatory for like Succession. There's no like paywall where, oh, sorry, you played up to this point or to this level or to this level of prestige for your character. Now you have to pony up some cash to go further. Never got that impression. It's all free, yeah. Skyrim did it, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure Skyrim systems are probably more involved, but still, it's pretty sweet. There is a grind, yeah. The one thing I will say about Warframe is that the grind is there for sure, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Because I remember playing Warframe back in like 2012. Maybe it was like 2013, 2014, but like in the early, like basically when it first came out. And I liked it a lot, but the grind was kind of off-putting, so I kind of put it down for a bit. Then picked it up again in like 2016. Like 3 or 4 years later, 3 or 4 or 5 years later, and I was so impressed. Like there's still a grind that's there, but it's not nearly as egregious. And it's gonna sound weird, but it's a grind that I kind of enjoy, because if you're gonna have like a loot treadmill, you want the treadmill to be enjoyable. I think Diablo 2 does this well. Diablo 3 does it okay. Where like you don't really notice the grind as much if it's enjoyable enough. So like the moveset is so fun, and the gameplay loop is so fast and engaging, and the combat is so varied, and the missions are so varied. You don't really notice you're grinding until you're like 12 hours in. Uh-oh. Oh gosh, he says get out. All right, I'm leaving. I'm sorry. Ah! Oh, and then it closes. So maybe that was like a sneak peek of whatever is at the top of the mountain. So whatever awaits us at the top is something scary. A dream within a dream. It's a game within a game is what that was. Welcome back, Johnson. Good to see you, bud. 2012, the great. Yeah. You remember that shit. Yeah. No, it's so much better when I last played, and it probably is even better nowadays. Next game is called People's Tree 2021, and also Where's Home. So in the 2020 collection, there was the People's Tree, where people could submit their own little trinkets and their own ornaments onto a Christmas tree, design and pin ornaments on a tree, and then meet fellow players. So it's like an internet social aspect, which is kind of cool. Now this is already closed probably, so we probably can't contribute. We can still look to see what's there. So once this comes up, I'll do the capture as always. All right. And here it is, the People's Tree. So stage 1 completed. There is a stage 2, which is grayed out. Is there a 2022 version? There is the 2022 collection that I have not started yet, but it is out, and it's actually in progress, because the way the Madvent calendars work is that they, as you would expect, get launched like in December of their respective year, but you can only play up to whatever the current day's entry is. So if like you're playing on December 7th, you can only play days 1 through 7, whereas 8 up to 25 are locked. So we could start the 2022 collection tonight as well, but we couldn't beat it because we could only play up to the 17th entry in the 2022 collection. Now, granted, we probably won't get through all that in only 8 hours anyway, but still, it's nice that that's an option. So we can orbit, scroll, pinch, we can hover to inspect. So, hover to inspect ornaments. I will do that. Your mac and cheese never burns. So this is another just kind of diorama kind of game. I call these museum games where there's no real end condition. It's just kind of looking around. This is a Christmas tree that the community put together with ornaments designed by individuals. And it's probably full by now. Although it does say create ornament. Okay, so I will create an ornament. I will make a... I like this. I like the skull friend. There's probably a lot of skull friends. There's a kitty cat. Oh, I like the ghosty. I'm gonna do the ghosty. There's already a lot of skulls. I'll do the ghosty. Oh. Can I do other colors? Oh, you absolutely can. All right, I'm gonna do... I can do greens. Can I get to the blues? There's the blues. There we go. I like blue. Blue is one of my favorites. Hey, what's up, Priority? It is kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, I like designing my own. I think of the 2020 collection, I think that one was unavailable to like contribute to, but this one's still open, which is nice. So we'll do blue and yellow. How's that sound? Blue on the top and yellow on the bottom. Very, very sunny. It's a little bit... The color selection thing is a little bit weird. So I'll be a little blue and yellow friend. I'll to make my tail yellow as well. Wish there was a copy and paste hex code kind of function here. There's the yellow. There's the yellows. That's more gold. Oh, and his little mouthy is yellow too. That's pretty cool. It's kind of more of a green, it's more like a lime, I would say. Lime, what do you think? Is this a lime little ghost friend? Gotta run through this year's? Yeah, because this year's it first became available, I think a few weeks ago, but not all the games are out yet. Just because they become available. Like one unlocks each day in December. So enter name, Super Hobbit. In St. Louis, Missouri. Hap Primbus. Now, what should I say? What should the note be? Don't forget to follow at twitch.tv/Super Hobbit. I don't want to be all selfish and self-promoting. This lime flavored ghost. Run fast, eat ass. Albert Einstein. Actually, I'm a fan of go fast, eat ass. So saith Albert Einstein. We're only a year late. Yes, only a year late. I wonder if other people have contributed to this year's. Mary Chrysler. And then I say check mark. Then we place them. Is that spot not available? There we go. Bloop. There's a little ghosty friend. Go fast, eat ass. That's right. Good stuffs. Pyro in bad weather. Another ghost friend. Happy Toyota-thon. That's right. From Seattle. It's neat. I like this. What's this little friend? It says pending. Impending doom. Some of them have no label. It's a rough year, but you're still here. Of course, this was 2021 from The Void in the Midwest. You know about that one. There's Happy Chrysler. Crimsonus. Happy Crisis. Wait, did they say tuna? From tuna in somewhere. Somewhere, I guess. Maybe they're making it right. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, if there are people, like, actively contributing to this now. Like the purple carrot. Doing some... Let's see. OSRS priority. OSRS. I'll confess, I feel like I should know what that is. Because there's like a little bell in my head ringing. It rings a distant bell. But I can't push it together. I can't, like, piece it together. Oh, RuneScape. So I'll confess, I've actually never played RuneScape before. Like, ever. I've never played the old school. I've never played the new school. So if I were to try my hand at RuneScape, I would probably just play it. Like, I would probably play it sans any speedrun kind of thing. I never played it. I know, I somehow missed out. I think it was because the family computer that we had back in the day had some kind of incompatibility with RuneScape. So as a result, I never got exposed to it as a kid. And I think if you never played it as a kid, it's probably kind of hard to get into. So I missed out. I tried, but I couldn't get it to run on my computer back then. But yeah, if you play old school RuneScape, Priority says they'd be down to play along with us. So yeah, so quest speedrunning. I'll do some research. I'll do some investigations, because I mean, the thing is, I clearly missed out. I definitely missed out because lots of people love that game. So I am kind of curious to see what it's all about. Hey, what's up, Whale? Whale says it over a decade ago. Ages ago. Chop some wood. Yeah. Grind out some resources. Oh, that's very kind, Priority. I appreciate your generous offer. Like I said, I'll never say never. I'll do some homework at some point to investigate it. Just because, again, it's a game I know means a lot to a lot of people, and I am curious about. I'm kind of so about MMOs though, so that's where I'm kind of picky. I'm kind of choosy. We have multiple offers to bankroll some new addictions. It is up your alley, says Lime. Well, I'm very curious. The fact that it is such a universally beloved game. Yeah, I should at least give it an honest look, at least. Because I've watched it streamed a little bit, but when you've never played it, it's kind of hard to follow. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on there. Because I am curious. What are some other things we have here? What about the people in the top? These probably the ones that got filled up the quickest. Yeah, some of them just say pending. Merry Chrysler, friends and enemies, Merry Crisis, and a Bingus New Year. Merry Christmas, y'all. I'm a little bit surprised nobody has said Merry Christmas, you filthy animal yet. :D. It's kind of an MMO, but not really. The people don't really matter as much. That's a good point. I guess when I say MMO, I guess it's not really like the classical definition of what an MMO usually is. Electronic heroin. 22 days of game time since you rejoined. Fire. That's awesome. I bet it's at like a very good just chill out and like vibe kind of game. Because I've heard that like mining for resources, like Ryan said, chopping wood, it can take a while. So it's nice to do in the background while you're doing other stuff. And probably just very cozy, especially if you have nostalgia for it. And then, of course, there's the sea shanties, which I don't know the context for. I just know that they're there. So yeah, there's probably a lot of things to appreciate. So it goes, says Peril, or me in Peril. One of my favorite yearly traditions. You know what? I do hope they have this year as well. Who to guess? Yeah, we could read every single one of these. I was gonna put a meme here, but you know what? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. By fucking God, we've earned it. Yeah. 2021 do be that way, doesn't it? A brighter 2022. Got the ghosty trifecta right here. Stay spooky, my dudes. Was there anything else, by the way? Because there was the tree, and I thought there was like another thing. I'm like looking to see if there's any other clickable thingies. It's a fireplace with a very static... Well, actually, the fire isn't static. It's just vibrating. Just aggressively. Guild Wars 2 is the name of... Yeah. Guild Wars 2 is... I know that's one of your favorite ones, Whale. In fact, I remember you were saying there was a fairly big update that happened not too long ago. The most number of original Really, Lime. Now, that is impressive. And a little bit terrifying, but mostly impressive. Not just the sea shanties, but all of them, and they're not copyrighted. Look at that. So you can remix them to your heart's content. That's fantastic. Oh, well, thank you, Priority. I appreciate you being here, Priority. That's so nice. Watching all this time. And Priority, you might have been the one who first encouraged Alias to rate me, because every once in a while I'll be chilling in Alias's chat, and I'll see Priority pop up, and I'm like, all right, Priority is a mod in his chat. So it's like I have Priority always to thank for introducing me to Alias, because he's such a cool dude. Great streamer who is always fun to watch and super like knowledgeable and helpful when it comes to Noita or any game he's streaming, honestly. But yeah, all good stuff. I appreciate you, friend. get some foods before the shops close. Or food shops, yeah. Anyway, that was this year's People's Street 2021. The Where's Home thing I wasn't sure about, but meet fellow players on your way home. I think like that was the extent of it, or maybe there was more happening like when this was happening last year. Like maybe there were more functions, but I didn't see anything obvious. And oh, with the resub, well, thank you, my friend. Thank you for that resub as well, Priority. It's so generous. You've done so much for me, my friend. Like I said, introduced me to Alias and watching me a fuck ton, obviously. So thank you. Thank you very much. That's so generous, my friend. Lots of nice people hanging out tonight. And honestly, lots of nice people over the past, like, couple weeks. I've noticed, like, the view counts have been up, like, a lot higher than usual. And again, people helping out with the holiday stream, or the charity streams, and friends and family that I know in real life, as well as internet homies. So I appreciate everyone hanging out with us and helping out. Very sweet. About to get sick though, Will. Oh, you can kind of feel it coming, because yeah, that's not a good feeling. And I know the flu's been popping off, man. I think COVID's like number 3 behind the flu, and there's another kind of virus. It's like an acronym. It's like a I can't remember what it's called, but there's like a lot of shit going on right now. It's obviously in schools, that kind of thing too. So yeah, it's not nice. Yeah, RSV, that's it. Yeah, RSV. I think it's primarily kids that are getting it, but still, it's not good. And in fact, yeah, Quirky Teacher, she was hanging out on here earlier. She had the flu last week, so it's not good. Throat's strep throat as well. It might be strep. It might be well, I mean, diarrhea is a symptom. It's a symptom of some of these things. You're not wrong. What's going around in the UK? Yeah, it's not fun. Well, if you have to hop off, if you got to get some rest, man, I totally get it, because if you're like fighting something, then yeah, you want to make sure you're taking care of business. But of course, we're happy to have you here, as always. Next game is called Untitled, and there's no developer listed, so this is the mystery game. I'm curious, but a little bit afraid. Curious and naked and afraid. Lime says, everyone around me is sick. How have I not gotten sick? That's a little scary. It's like they're all dropping like flies around you. It's like, what is going on here? All right, I'm going to capture this. Either immune system... Oh, yeah. Either yours is up or everyone else is just is down. So WSAD as usual. Q and E to roll. Left mouse to interact. Might take a few moments to connect. To connect, you say? Okay, well, let's see what that's going to be. Get some food. Sounds good. Yeah, what do you say? WASD, WSAD, WASD. It's sick a lot less. Same, actually, Ryan. Yeah, I haven't gotten sick. Let me think about this. I think the last time I got sick at all was, like, even with a cold, would have been March of 2019. Alex, why do you remember that so specifically? It's because that was my 30th birthday. My 30th birthday, I spent sick with the flu, and I remember it because what I was like telling friends and family is like, I'm fine, like, you know, I'll be all right. But it means I'm starting my 30s, my third decade of life being sick, pissed off, uncomfortable, and miserable, which is a good introduction to your 30s, right? It's a good primer for what to expect. So that was the last time I got sick, is not too long after that. Well, I mean, I guess we had the rest of that year, but that was also around the time where Gracie's dad got diagnosed. And as a result, because his immune system was compromised, I was trying to, you know, avoid big crowds. And I didn't want to pass anything on to him. And then, of course, COVID happened late 2019, early 2020. So yeah, that's when I started wearing masks in crowded spaces, that kind of thing. So yeah, I haven't gotten sick in a long time, and I'm kind of okay with that, actually. Let's connect, by the way. Let's see what this is going to be. So this might take a few moments. But the kids picking up. Yeah, that's a good point, Ryan. Ryan's got kids, so that they're an unfortunate, very efficient vector for diseases. I hope I haven't hacked it up, by the way. Also, it's possible that this is no longer available, because this is almost a year old at this point. So it says it takes a few moments. And I've definitely clicked it. I don't want to like click it a third time. I'm gonna click it a third time. Boop. Yeah, I think it might not be happening. Like little walking petri dishes. I mean, it's like a challenge. It's like putting your immune system through the gauntlet. I'm gonna like relaunch it. The fact that it's untitled with no developer info listed at all makes me think that this probably did have something. Also, when I capture the game through OBS, it actually does have, the executable does have a name. So I just click the connect button. I'm just gonna leave it for a second. But the executable is called Egogia. E-G-O-G-I-A, Egogia. So I do think this was the thing at one point. I think it's untitled because it's probably been taken offline. So, kind of a shame. We still got, like, the mark for completion for it, so it's still contributing towards our overall progress, but yeah, it's kind of a bummer we can't see it in person. But maybe we could find content for it online if we wanted to, like, look up a YouTube video or something. Oberon's Wake is next. The king of Elfland has fallen. Bath Elfland? Bathe in the blood of her enemies. Okay. By JB. That's a name I recognize. Oh, Modus Interactive. Very good. They did some additional sound effects. Probably going to be a pretty good one then, because anything Modus Interactive is involved with, I am down for. I like that developer a lot. Alright, so... this is cool. I'm not gonna spoil it, but this is pretty cool. Hold on, I'm actually gonna relaunch. I'm gonna relaunch this because the intro screen was pretty cool. I'm going to remain fallow. Fallow? I wonder if this is gonna be similar to that Legend of Zelda themed game that we had in the last marathon, or the last compilation. The Snow of something, where it was all about mushroom spores and it had an Ocarina of Time kind of control scheme. That was so fucking cool. I keep like looking around online to see if there's any semblance of a full game being made for it. I think that was a one and done, just like a short one-off, but that was really cool. Anyway, yeah, Primal Rage, Overblood, there's a lot of cool games on the list, but I just want to show the little splash screen. I just thought it looked neat. The mushroom one, dude, I love that game, and that was so cool. But again, this is a game that at least had additional sound effects made by the developer from that mushroom game, so there might be a commonality here. In fact, I already see mushrooms, so who knows? Who knows what to expect? The mushroom sprouts, yeah, that shit was fucking gruesome. The Court of Seasons. The king's daughter weeps, she cries for blood. Rise from your slumber, reap and spoil until all is ruin. Maybe we are a personification of those mushroom spores or something. Who knows? I don't know what to expect, but yeah, that game was incredible. Press 1 for Oberon's Hammer. Okay. There's the Spirit of the Fallen King. You got it, fam. It's a little bit wonky trying to land the hits. There we go. From like that kind of direction. This is a rail shooter. Doesn't fire very quickly. Press 2 for Titania's Embrace. Okay. Ooh, it's like a shotgun. Spread shot. Yeah, so the reticle is a little bit tricky. It's not quite exactly where you're aiming, but it's kind of a approximation of where you're aiming. Kind of like Zoids or Zords. Well, Zoids was an anime, I think. Lysander's Teeth, by the way. It looks pretty similar. Oh, it's faster. Okay. Yeah, in fact, Jet probably remembers Zoids. Jet's one of my go-to Zoids guys. It was like an anime from back in the day. I think it was on Toonami way long ago. The Blind Guardian. It's gonna be the band, right? The band Zords or Blind Guardian. Sorry, I read the word Zoids, and then Zords I think would have been from Power Rangers. And maybe that's what this is more reminiscent of. So this one is like slower, but does more damage per hit. Let's do the shot. I like the shotgun one. Ouch. So far as I can tell, there's no like health bar, I don't think. So I don't think there's any punishment for getting shot. Am I supposed to shoot the balls? I'm supposed to bait the balls. Ouch. Reminds me a little bit of... Oh gosh, I was talking about this game not too long ago, and I couldn't remember the name of the game then. And I'm blanking on the name of it now. Space Harrier. Reminds me a little bit of Space Harrier. Insofar as, like, as you're moving your reticle to aim, you're also moving the character. So you kind of have to, like, move around the control scheme and kind of like work with it. Because it's a little bit weird, a little bit scrunchy. Whoops. Hey, what's up, Scrummy Bungus? I love your screen name, by the way. And yes, Scrummy Bungus is right. Yeah, the anime Zoids was really cool. So yeah, my friend Jet, who's in the chat, he's kind of my Zoids guy. And in fact, I think there were some Zoids games back in the day that he played. He made videos about them on YouTube. Because I remember watching the anime. It was like an after-school Toonami kind of feature, and it was pretty cool. Oh, look at that, as the perspective shifts. So too does our reticle. He did kind of look like Andros, like original Andros. Here we go. Oh, yeah, now it is absolutely... Space Harrier vibes. It's a little bit clunky trying to shoot a little bit. Ouch. Also, I don't have all the weapons. So I'm pressing 2. Ouch. I think I have the fast one, though. Ouch. Oh, no, I do have the shotgun. Never mind. I think these guys are stuck on the side. Here we go, yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to go to the fast one. Trying to dodge the mushroom columns is a little bit tricky. Can I, like, run on the ground? There's one. It's a family name. I believe it. The Scrummy Bungus family. We're all about it. Here we go. It's one of my favorite lines from Doug, the original Doug show on Nickelodeon. When it's on the first episode, it's in the pilot, and Doug first meets Skeeter. He's like, my name's Mosquito, but my friends just call me Skeeter. And he's like, what kind of name is Mosquito? He's like, it's a family name. As a kid, I never really understood that. I was like, what does that mean? It's a family name. I guess it just means like, oh yes, named for my grandfather and my, like, so it's like, oh, I'm Mosquito Jr. It's a family name. Hey, what's up, Jet? Jet, I invoked your name earlier because somebody said it reminded them of, what they meant was Zords, but it also reminded them of Zoids, and I was like, yo, Jet's my Zoids guy. I gotta at him in the chat so he knows we're talking Zoids right now. Because I remember you made some videos about the games on YouTube. Oh my god, I'm getting juggled. I'm getting stun locked. You have to like do dedicated dodging times and then dedicated shooting times. It's hard to do both simultaneously. Ouch. But again, there's no health bar, so there's no real punishment for getting shot or smacking things other than just a slight delay in action. Oh. The power went out. Aw. I was getting a high score or something. Dub would. Oh, that'd have been awesome, Jet. Hell yeah. That'd have been incredible. Is there anything else? Oh, it's a throwback from the previous game pack. Yeah. Yeah. The previous game pack, the 2020 pack, had a game where we were in this basement. Could fall asleep right next to the fire. So cozy. We got our Spider-Man mug. It was a Super Nintendo game. Connected story, man. It's Dad's PlayStation. Leaves it hooked up so I can play. I'm more of a Nintendo 64 guy, though. Hope I get one for Christmas. Spider-Man mug. It's got some hot chocolate. Take a big old sip. Super Mario RPG 10 times. My man. Toadstool, or Princess Toadstool, right. Hope she's playable in every Mario game. Oh boy, who's gonna tell him? There's Doggy. There's the sleepy doggy. Good boy, Max. He's a sleepy boy. He's got his waggy tail. What a good puppers. Toys R Us 1996 catalog. Oh my gosh, I love this. So this is the credits of people who made this game. That's a really fun credit sequence. That's really neat. Mike, Mike was one of the ones who developed one of the games we played earlier. Any other games I names I recognize? James Bobka sounds a little bit familiar. My friends scribbled their names in my catalog. What a bunch of weirdos. There's like I guess an old school remote maybe. RCA, yeah. It's a fireplace. That's probably what will end the game. Anything else I can do? I think this is it. Power outlet over there. So yeah, in the game that we played in the previous pack, we were able to walk around. There's like a really cool vinyl record collection like behind where this couch area is. Stupid blizzard knocking out the power. So lame. It's so cozy though. It's so cozy and like chill and relaxing. With our Spider-Man mug of hot chocolate and our Toys R Us catalog and our Super Nintendo and the poppers. Love it. Because in the game we played in the previous pack, it actually did have like a horror aspect to it. So this is very chill. Let's take a little nap. A little nappy next to Doggy. It's a cozy childhood, man. Love it. I probably did some similar shit, honestly. Like sitting in my like childhood home playing. In my case, it would have been N64. So playing some Mario 64, cuddled up to my two doggies. Oh, but then this didn't happen. Of the game suddenly reawakening on its own. Just the power coming back on, obviously. Yeah, like lying on the floor, playing video games, cuddling with doggies, and then taking a nap. That's the kind of shit I would have done. Good shit, man. So that was Oberon's Wake. Gunshot Bride is the next game. Interesting name. Blood Marriage. Content warning, marriage. Oh no, so scary. So horrible. Oh boy, so her heart's stolen by her would-be husband on their wedding day. Take 1,000 lives to get it back. Oh my. Alright, so... Any names I recognize? I don't think so. Let's see what this is all about, my friends. Get this connected. Okay. A work meeting. Everyone has asked what their best Christmas present. N64. Yeah, that would have been mine, honestly, Ryan. Same. Hard same on that one, bud. Also, fun fact, one of my parents' dogs when I was a kid, his name was Max. So it's like, oh, that's so when the doggy from the previous game's name was Max, I was like, oh, my heart. I remember my buddy Max. He was a good boy. So here we go. So right, there's the funeral aspect of this. Funeral aspect on her would-be wedding day. And her eyes say murder, but also heart and love. So getting some mixed vibes here. And then she rips out his heart, or he ripped out hers and locked it away. It's a good dog name. It is. Little murder heart. Yep. Got a poem. I'm not gonna read this out loud necessarily. So at the end it says, give them the hell of a loveless life as yours has become. Kill them and be rewarded, it says. Collect their blood for your new hearts to make. I have provided the blade and the gun that takes the lives of those in your way. The bullets are free, but the last one is for me. So saith Colin. Let us begin. I have no idea what this is gonna be, but we got a katana and a motherfucking gun. God, what the hell? So are we anime waifu zombie waifu katana gun lady? This is an anime I would watch. We have a health bar. Oh my. Oh, biblically accurate angel, I think. Biblically accurate angle. Fuck you, I'm gonna get you with my sword. Hiya! Ouch. Okay, sword might not be the best idea because I died. Okay, so I should probably play it safe with the gun. At least for a bit. Yeah, that's how sweet of Colin, so kind. Wielding a Luger and a... It's like an auto Luger, too. I don't think the Luger can fire that quick. Dude, why would you not use the gun? The gun's OP. So, the biblically accurate angel hasn't appeared. Instead, we just have a swarm of spider friends. Oh, there she is. He or she is. I think I'm at not a lot of health. Like 40 health, I think, is the bottom left. Let's take this fool out first. Oh my god, I think you're right, Lime. I think there's 1,000 enemies. Goddamn. Is this just one enemy? Give some ringy-ding-dings. Are these wedding bands? Maybe? I don't know. That was one. That was literally... Yeah, it was. It was 977. Now we're down to 976. You get health back. Slap, 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 slap. Just go fast. Yeah, yeah. Fuck you. Another biblically accurate angel. Maybe I'm supposed to, like, go fast and eat ass. Maybe I should take my own advice. Oh, we did get health back at some point. Maybe when we kill the angels, we get our healths back. Or maybe after so many kills. Or maybe when I ate the rings, the wedding bands. This apartment complex. Yeah, let's kind of like fast forward here. Oh, maybe the stabbies give you health. Yeah, the stabbies give you health. Okay, that's it. That's it. So, if you find yourself low on health, just stab some buddies, and you'll feel great. I don't know if that works in real life too. What if I just like explore and go fast? Yeah, give me my health back, please. Ouch. This is a dead end, because of course it is. I don't know if I'm gonna have the patience to do 1,000 kills. Ouch. 1,000 enemy kills. I mean, after all this, I've gotten not even 100 kills down so far. Now, what if I kill this guy right here? Oh, God. Gotta get some health. Good start, but only a start, it says. Oh, that's because I killed 100. Oh, okay, so that's maybe just a demo. I don't know, that was weird. So after we kill 100 things, it just ends abruptly. So maybe there's more being made. I don't know, the controls were a little bit wonky. So if this is a thing that's being developed, I hope it's still getting refined. But I tend to not be a huge fan of... I like arena shooters, but there's another word, like... the kind of arena shooter where you're in a single arena. Instead of like playing through an adventure like Doom or Quake, you're like... You just have, I guess, wave shooter. Like you're defending against waves of bad guys. I tend to not really play those as often. There's games like Devil Daggers that I think do it well, but those kinds of things I'm usually not a huge fan of. But if there's things to explore and like new areas to check out, then I'm kind of more inclined to check it out. If I killed 800 enemies and then died, yeah, if you were at like just like 100 or like 50 left, that would be infuriating. Mother Christmas is the name of the next one. Yeah, wave defense. Yeah, it has to be done well. Has to be interesting to keep it like fresh, because otherwise it becomes samey after a while. Behind the living room couch, you hope to catch Santa in the act of delivering presents. Okay. Catch him in the act. Let me capture this one. Mother Christmas is the name of this game. Tell us again about the last time you saw your mother. Oh gosh, off to a nice start. I was still a child. This is the last time we saw our mother. Catch him in the act. Were you about to learn something unsavory? What did you see? What did we see? Let's think back. Change position. So a couple like locked in positions. I can't go any further left, and I can't go any further right than right here. Is that our madre? She looks a little bit drunk. Part of the Christmas spirit. Nothing wrong with that. We call out Santa Claus? Kind of a Nosferatu vibe with that shadow in the background. Oh. This way. Left, left, left. I can't go left. Right. I guess I choose this one. What in the fuck? That's what happened.
What did you do then?
It was bewildering. I made my choice. Is that it? Oh, I was actually kind of hoping there'd be more to it. I don't know. Kind of an unsatisfying payoff. We're kind of cruising through these games, though. I mean, the first 10 games took us several hours in the previous marathon. And granted, I have been live for 2.5 hours, which is weird to think. Can't believe it's been that quick already. We're approaching the summit, by the way. But yeah, some of these are real short. But again, it's a mixed bag, so it kind of makes sense. Next one is family. Something wrong about her boyfriend's family home. Let's see what it's all about then. This splash screen reminds me of some of the Kitty Horror Show games we played last year. The Haunted Cities game collections. No snow, it says. Family too fast. Oh my fucking god, you're right. How could I not think about Vin Diesel? Leaves had not fallen yet. Fall wouldn't end. A free fall to a bottomless pit. Hello, boy. Interesting art style. Boy and girl. Haven't seen your family in a while either. They're not around anymore. What happened? Ellipses happened. It's your Citizen Kane, that's right. Maybe it's a sensitive subject. I like the eyeballs and the skulls, and also 69, by the way. Little FYI, 69 in the corner there. Always don't want to miss out on a good 69. He's a distant caretaker. Distant but there, like an absent parent. Engaged and active, but doesn't communicate very well. Doesn't tell me anything. He is able to pay for anything, though, but doesn't want anything. Maybe the family's wealthy. So she lives there. She's like, oh, you have a sister? Kind of. She's not like us. She's in a coma. A nurse paid for by the estate is taking care of her. Parents used to be wealthy. Lawyers taking care of the estate. House is old and without a family for years. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird too because it's kind of a 4:3 standard resolution game. Like, it's not widescreen, but it's also not centered, so it's very odd. The eyebrows are very refined. Oh, on the boy, that is. The house is livable, though. You spend Christmas with your family? I try to. Spend the holidays somewhere else in a while. Parents are always fighting, says the girl. Yes. More disconnected now that we've been going to his family, or what's left of it. Something I didn't expect. You might get them waxed. I mean, they're very defined. Defined or refined, like Ryan said. No parents and a comatose sister. And we're here. It's huge. When was the house built? Early 20th century. Interesting history. House was built, okay, one of those kinds of things. It's pretty old, but in pretty good shape. But there's something off. Where did something happen? Here. The thing I find odd about it is related to the pathway. Something strange about this pathway. It's too long. The tree is too old. Something's maybe wrong with the pathway. Interesting, like, choosing... Not choose your own adventure, but choose some parameters about the storytelling. Doors open, the nurse left recently. What's up, TriStar? It's the eyebrow threading, there we go. There's the video effects. Yeah, it's weird. I'm trying to withhold judgment. It's weird so far. I'm curious where it's going. Odor of wood and some chemical filled my senses. Also, look at this painting. Everybody has a family painting where somebody is doing this. My grandparents' old house had one of them right when you first walked in. Super standard stuff, honestly. So it's a chemical, yeah, like a disinfectant maybe. Something unpleasant, but I couldn't wrap my head around it. Home sweet home, says the boy. Oddly, the only normal thing I've heard him say in a while. Sometimes he struggles to seem ordinary. For a smile or too intense look in the eyes, you seem most comfortable being this deadpan benefactor. We can go see sister now. Smells like piss, I sure hope so. Who calls their sister just sister? That is kind of weird, honestly. Hello, sister. It is me, boy. It is me, brother. The smell was stronger. The smell of piss permeated the air. Like something rotten, but with a sweet, perfume-esque side. The young girl on the bed looked fairly clean. Something odd about her, though. Limbs were long, and her neck was long. Maybe she was losing weight. Lying there, mostly asleep, peacefully, nothing attached, just resting. Very young, but also very tall. Been like this for a long time. She became like this a while after I was born. She was very small when it happened. She was a teenager, now she's over 30 years old. Maybe you don't age as much when you're sleeping. Seems like something I don't believe. I should keep it to myself. What a price to pay for youth. Let's grab some quick dinner and then we can watch some TV. Cell phones, I guess, don't work. So no internet, that's a little bit ominous. We have cable. Watch a Christmas movie. Back to the painting, thank goodness. That was my sister. Watch some TV. I think Scrooged is on. Where's this going, I wonder? It was weird seeing Bill Murray so young. Atmosphere was relaxed, but I felt something was off. Able to relax and even nodded off for a bit, took a little nappy. Now that you've seen this, that's right, yeah. But there is a smell. A rotten, sweet smell. What kind of smell could I describe as rotten and sweet? What an odd combo. Stench of a corpse. I guess I've not smelled a lot of sweet corpses in my day. I imagine the sisters childlike but gaunt figures. What is that? JPEG. Eyes to no pupils opened up and staring at me. And the smell. Joints snapping, twisting into inhumane poses. Stench, stronger, metallic odor of blood. And then... oh, the sister says in, like... Swedish or Finnish something. Durian, actually, maybe that's what it is. Durian would kind of make sense, actually. I've heard it smells like a corpse. Disinfectant and dying people. Delicious. Weird nightmare. Something in me wanted to see what was up with the sister. Let's go check on her. And she was gone. Where was she? Smell was slighter. It's a cord phone. Why would she have been moved for the night? And what was with that nightmare? Was there a phone in the dining hall? Silhouette. Was that her? The smell is back. Time to run. So I guess that's her then? Like twisted into a weird shape? Bad ending. Alright, so maybe if we would have chosen different paths, we would have gotten a good ending. I'm not owned? What the fuck? As I shrink and transform into a corn cob, says Trill. What the fuck? Versus with Godot. FL Studio, okay. Go back to the menu. Alright, so I'll bite. That was the bad ending. There was a few things, a few choices. So if I just speed run, get those defined eyebrows and just appreciate them. Feed a pizza to the... I sure hope so. I mean, pizza does make everything better, including being in a coma for over 10 years probably. 10, 20 years maybe. So it was right around here we had a choice. In the car. Talked about his parents. No parents. A lawyer taking care of the estate. Door should be open. Okay. So nothing else was there. Maybe we need to confront him then. She's 30 years old, so yeah, so she's been... I think he said that she started being in this state when she was a teenager, so... Yeah, probably at least 10, maybe 15 years. Let's go see sister. Hello, sister. It is me, brother. And my girlfriend, affectionately named Girl. Yeah, when she was 30 years old. You're right, yep. Confront him. She looks like a kid, to be perfectly honest. And what is this smell? It smells like a bird died. It's weird to me as well. Maybe you're just tired. Let's go for a walk. We can explain more. Ask the cleaner to deal with the smell. It's an old house. Maybe there's a dead bird somewhere. Let's go downstairs. Go for a walk. Let's visit the park. What a weird experience. Sister's a bit strange. Had a big seizure, was a preteen, and then was in the bed. That's all it was. I don't know what it... Yeah, it's not a smell I've had to endure myself. Will she ever wake up? Hard to say. Took note of the dogs. Stray dogs wandering around. Sitting down on the bases of trees looking at us. What odd text. Like, odd descriptions of things. Steam coming out of their mouths. The dogs were following us. There was a lot of them. The descendants of hunting dogs. Lots of fox hunters around here. Old world tradition. And the dogs gathered. Eyes glowing red. Showing their teeth. Growling. Something wrong with the doggos. Uh-oh. And then, boy, another bad ending. I think it's only bad endings. Created by Sebastian, yeah. I think I'm kind of done with this. It's weird. Like, you know me, I try to like stay positive. I try to like focus on like, oh, what's the thing you did like, Alex? I mean, it's weird and it's a unique presentation, but like, yeah, the storytelling didn't really grip me, honestly. Just once again, always a mixed bag with these kinds of game packs. They're not always going to be zingers. Qualifies as it does count as a dead bird, yeah, or turkey dinner, that kind of thing. All still counts. A dreamy island as a traveler longs to escape, or do they? Developed by Blood Machine. What a great name. Maybe that's a family name. It did get 2 playthroughs. Yeah, I was curious if there was a good ending. Maybe there still is, but I don't know if I really care enough, honestly. Girl, well, that's the thing. Yeah, there was the boy named Boy and the girl named Girl. I figured the implication was that like this was her boyfriend and he was her girlfriend, or she was his girlfriend. But they were only labeled as Boy and Girl. So it's like, yes, hello, this is my girlfriend. Her name is Girl, and I'm your brother. My name is Boy. And actually, I'm gonna do the 4:3 game screen for this one because this one. Oh, hold on. That's the dimensions are all fucked up. Let's do. Where is it? Transform. Bloop. Gonna make it like relatively fill the screen nice and good like. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna move this over here so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it to be fairly flush with the overlay. I will have to do some stretchinizations. So it's not perfect, but it'll get the job done. From my kitchen, Joe was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Is that really your name? Visual novel segments. Really weirdly well done. I still need to play that series. Jet got me the original Nier, the remake that was put out on Steam. So I do have that on my list. To walk and then turn. F to attack, E to look down, Q to look up. Oh, it's gonna be weird. Interact key. Hello? Oh, F is to interact. Looks like newspaper. Oh, also I see that I did miss a little piece. A little piece of the puzzle. Tricky because I actually can't see the full view. There we go. Okay. Okay, get back to it. There's my attack button. And then Q slowly looks up, slowly looks down. Yeah, I'm thinking this is meant to look like a... Oh, did I break my sword? Oh, okay, I was gonna say, did I break my sword? Yeah, it's meant to look like newspaper. Everything newspaper. But I would give for mouse controls, like mouse look ability. Reminds me a little bit of when I played through... There's a person right there. When I played through... Oh, what was that game? Pathologic. Everything was gray and gritty and like dirty. Everything was kind of had like a grungy feel. It's a very uncomfy game. It was a very good game, but a game you always felt kind of gross while playing. It's a Paper Mario level. There you go. Yeah, don't drop a match exactly. Hooded figure. Hail, traveler. We're stranded. There is a way off conceptually. 3 items. The matter does not quite fit. They seek to escape the world they do not belong in. Choose the 3 wisely. I can give you nothing, or nothing, or nothing. Coming empty-handed will not yield you anything, traveler. I see your face. You don't really have much of one. Okay. I do have a jump. I'm gonna chop down a tree and build a raft. Oh, holy shit. That was unexpected. You can really chop down the trees and create some paper. Some tree paper. So we can go on a few different places. I'm gonna pursue this structure here. It's because it looks very imposing and important. Maybe I should take the bridge. Maybe I should like go whatever the intended route is. I'm assuming we'll know these items when we see them. Like when we see something that looks obvious to acquire. Again, I do have a jump button, so I should not be afraid to use it. There's no sprint button so far as I can tell. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's a little bit clunky. A little bit clunky and a little bit clonky. And maybe it's just down like the lighter path. Maybe that implies what's walkable. Yeah, there used to be a sprint button. Now it's a T-Mobile button. Did that merger go through? I think it did, actually. Yeah, I think that is a thing. Confirmed thing. Okay, so I'm gonna... Yeah, let's just follow this path. Keep it simple, stupid. Follow this path. And surely we'll be led to greatness. And we'll use our sword to cut down some newspaper demons. It's gonna be a very normal time. Look at this very normal looking cave. It's definitely not full of horrible things. It's very dark and spooky. Oh, but a light. Okay. It's progress, I think. Are you an object? An object of desire? A celestial mask. Alright. 1 of 3 objects acquired. We can pee anywhere we want to. And nobody's gonna get us in trouble for it. Nobody's gonna rub our nose in it, probably. Probably. A little bit weird that we got trees growing on the ceiling. That's a little bit fucky. Like a little bit, hard to wrap my brain around, but alright. Never seen them ceiling trees. Well, definitely not newspaper ceiling trees. Those are kind of rare in these parts. Maybe I'm just missing out, though, honestly. Can I ascend even higher? Because we still... I still am curious about... Oh, well, actually, hold on. Maybe I've answered my own question. Maybe I need to, like, find a spiral path. I can just go up this way, maybe. They're everywhere here, that's for sure. Yeah, they're common in these parts, clearly. Yeah, we're hitting like some slope limitations. Not sure if this is gonna yield anything. Oh, maybe it will. Yeah, there's a path. Yeah, I think you're right. There's definitely something there. Okay, well that was not quite what I had in mind. I think if I just follow this, it'll probably do the trick. It was kind of fun, like, watching our character go, okay, as we, like, skidded down that little hill, that little slope. So I was hoping to jump off of that slope, but this works just as well. I'm a little bit worried that we might have to do some combat with this sword. They don't give you a sword in a game like this and expect you not to use it. I mean, I can use it to chop down trees. I don't know if this style of tool is best for cutting down trees, but these are paper newspaper trees, so it's different. The rules are different. What is our reward at the top of the structure? Hopefully, like Ryan said, it's not a match. It's not like a lighter or an otherwise source of flames. This is a tall spire. God dang. A letter opener. A letter opener would. Oh, maybe that's what this is. Yeah, that. I guess it's like what it's kind of somewhat modeled after, maybe. All right. So at the end of all this is a skyward glass. Skyward glass. All right, so we're at the tippity top of this structure. Naturally. Ooh, we're fine. No fall damage. I had to know. I was like, will I die of fall damage? I did not. So now I'll just assume we want to go down. We got something in the middle. We got something in the top. Let's go to the bottom and see what we can find down here. Jump off the top of the bicycle, get a stunt bonus like in San Andreas, maybe. Reach the military base. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. I see another path. I see like the lights kind of guiding us that way. There might be multiple artifacts to acquire. There's like a thingy, like a kind of a plateau right there. Yeah, hard to say. Just jumping off the mountain. Yep. I think we actually did spend hours dropping shit off the mountain, the top of the mountain in San Andreas. Sounds pretty familiar. Oh. Okay, well, this might be a problem. Okay, is it gonna respawn me? Okay, good. Kinda? End your journey. I'm just gonna end it. No, never give up. Never surrender. I think we still have our artifacts, though. I think we're still in the clear. So I can go up this way, and maybe I should. Just trying to think of ways, like, places where the game wants me to go. We just swam to shore. Yeah, I like to think that that was the game being nice and saying, we're just gonna shuffle you this way for you. Just make it easier for you. So, let's go this way. That little path right there, that looks encouraging. It weirds me out how E is down and Q is up. Like, that there's a left-right that corresponds to looking up, looking down. I keep doing the wrong one. Like, I keep getting it wrong in my head. Is there an object? There is. A plane. Alright, that is a third object. There's probably more where that came from. Like, we could probably find more, but... I don't know if there's, like... much more to do here, you know? It's kind of an empty world. It's cool looking. Can I chop down the lights? It looks cool, it's very striking, but it's just kind of empty. And navigating it is a little bit arduous. Also, I need to use the restroom, and also my water's getting low. So we'll go ahead and turn this in, and I'm assuming it will end the game. Ooh. Let's go back to our hooded figure friend, and see if this is enough to leave this accursed place. There's a lot of trees. A lot of lampposts. And one hooded friend. And also a sword that we have that we haven't needed to use. Here's a scoured glass. To the beyond for the one's utilitarian disposition. Precision frightens the soul. And then a celestial mask made of newspaper. Face of the moon and stars. And then last but not least, a plane. Worthless flight of fancy cannot escape the matter it is made of. Why would you bring me this? I am disappointed, traveler. Alright, so I guess that last thing... I prepared a boat. Okay, here we go. Board it and cut the rope. You'll reach... I hope you'll reach a destination. So, is the boat... Oh, it probably was where we were earlier. Where it asked us to end our journey. So that's why they gave us the sword, so we can cut the rope. And begin our departure. There's maybe a thing way in the distance. It might have been. There's like a number of locations. Just not sure. I'm just not sure. Like a number of like things. I'm just not sure if we can get to some of them because they look like they're pretty far away. There probably are multiple items. I'm guessing there are. I'll board the boat. And away we go. Now, did we find sufficient items to leave? One of those items sounded pretty useless, the paper plane, but two of them sounded kind of like cool and powerful. Yeah, it could probably use some more stuff, things to do and things to explore. The game just closed. So like, yeah, there's something there, I think. Yeah, because a lot of these games are demos and things in progress. That was Atlas's Gate. That means, friends, we have but one game remaining before we get to the top of the mountain. And as if you can recall, at least as I recall, at least the 2020 pack, the first pack for the holiday pack, at least they saved some of the best for last. So the end, like the last game or two, might have some real cool shit. So. I will take a BRB. Hey, what's up, Arctic? Arctic, I will read you the exact response because I got a response like later that night at like 2 a.m. I was already awake, but she like woke up in the middle of the night, checked her phone, and saw my message, and she replied back like, "What the fuck, man?" So I'll read you the exact response. Yeah. For those who don't know, Arctic redeemed a Ask Gracie a Question redemption with the channel point redemption. And the question, or the thing that I had sent, that Arctic had me send, was, hey, did you leave a banana on the coffee table? I have no clue where this came from. And her response, like 3 hours later, like 2 a.m., was 3 question marks, space. Is this a Twitch redemption question? 3 more question marks. And I say yes, it absolutely was. Can you guess who was the culprit? She asks, was it one of you regulars? I say yes. She says, was it Arctic? And I go, you're goddamn right. And she says, I had to think about the question because I did have a random banana in my bag the other day. And I was like, oh fuck, maybe there's banana lore abounds. So yes, that was delightful, and it bamboozled her accordingly. And there may or may not be a mystery banana. However, we have just one more game to go, number 24. 24 jingles to bell before we can get to the top of the mountaintop and see what the conclusion of the 2021 winter pack has for us, my friends. So the 24 jingles to bell. Use of drugs and alcohol, cartoon violence, I'm shooketh. Specified into the toilet priority always, yeah. Just make sure that I don't piss into the sink and then wash my hands in the toilet. We've all made that mistake 9 or 10 or 12 times this month. Santa fell off the wagon again, so it's up to Rumbo to save the holidays. Watch out, these are strange lands. What could that mean? About to find out. Of course, once it launches, it's going to be a 4-3 ratio kind of game. One of these kinds of deals. So we'll switch over. For jingles to bell. A little bit silly, because I had to zoom in extra far earlier. Not going to be a flawless experience. It's gonna be like there's like some weird kind of borderations going on because it's kind of doing the like faux CRT monitor thing. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll be good enough. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll be good enough. Kind of good enough is what I shoot for. It's kind of like the best I can offer, you know, in many facets of life. Alex, you're gonna be amazing. Well, I'll be sufficient sometimes, maybe. And stretch this upwards. Boop. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, the 4-3 games always take a little bit to set up a little bit. The scary sofa Santa one. That one and the visual novel one were extra, just very odd. Now, this is not at all what I was expecting. I didn't think we'd get to be a reindeer. A bucking reindeer. A bucking motherfucking reindeer. Hell yeah. And we like... So I guess this is Santa's boss. This is Santa's truck or car. Can I knock it into the water? Be ungovernable, says this reindeer. Fuck yeah. Can we sprint? Yeah, we can. Santa, you doing alright, fam? Here's some of my reindeer friends. Mother of snot. My head hurts. Well, hop on, he says. And then I can say things. As a reindeer, I can say things. We crashed. Says we're fudged. The visual novel one, yeah, it was very strange. It's the, you know, it is the Simpsons car. Yeah, the pink sedan. We lost the gifts, and then he says, "Ah!" And then he screams. The whole cargo must have fallen when we crashed. Where the hell are we? An island? Question mark. Fetch all the gifts from me. We gotta get rolling. It is the 24th. Places to be. Chimneys to swoop. Cookies to eat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get going. We haven't got all night. Couple right over there. Alright, man, chill. Can I, like, fucking inflict violence upon him? You got us into this mess. If you were more responsible with your drinking, we wouldn't have had this happen. Fuck you. What's it say? Don't trust the old man. We have a health bar. Chill with us. Yeah, he's like, you know what? Don't bother with all that shit. Just vibe with us. Just leave me alone. We crashed again. Some fresh haul and a glass of... I missed whatever that was. So we collect the presents. And we'll eventually have to fight things. Hence why we have a health bar and multiple attacks. Fuck you, Santa. I like his sunglasses though. Look at his chill ass shades. Does he have skeleton hands? Are you a skeleton person? And a glass of stream water. Imagine enjoying stream related activities. That red hat's too much, man. Can't you see him sleeping? Well, I guess let's explore and find some stuff, find some presents. This is much more, much more than I was thinking it would be. Pretty cool though. He's a lousy drunk. Yeah, drunk's kind of getting us into trouble, but at least he's got the chill vibes going on with his cool shades and his fly car with the $ boss vanity plate thing going on. Are we Rudolph? I don't think we have a red nose. I'm not even sure we're a reindeer. We might just be a regular deer. I looked it up. Oh, I have a jump button, by the way. I looked it up the other day. Grace and I were talking about something with reindeer, because I was saying how reindeer are apparently indigenous to Finland. Because my oldest brother lived in Finland for like a year, because but with his employer at the time, he was having to where he worked at the time. This was years ago, but he had to live there as part of a project they were on. And yeah, he lived in Finland for a while, and he got me a cool hat. I actually still have it in my closet. Not this closet, but my other closet. And the hat is made from reindeer pelt, and it's very warm. But and Gracie was like, "Are reindeer like an actual thing?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are." And we looked it up, and reindeer are synonymous with another animal name, and the name escapes me. Some kind of critter name. Oh, what the fuck? Fuck you, wolf. Shit, I didn't even notice that. Tiger? Lions and tigers and wolves? Oh my. I wanna like, I need to face you, but I need to get some distance. I can't turn around to fight him. It's like the turn radius is too weird. Yeah, almost. Okay, there we go. Apparently we got him. So wow, so you gotta look real close for those lads. I didn't even see him until he was on my asshole. Caribou, thank you, Ryan. They're called caribou. They're synonymous with caribou. AKA it is caribou. Oh, it's the North Pole? Oh, okay. Well, if they were in Finland as well, then I guess that means they just migrated over the years. So yeah, I was hoping to get to that person over there, but I think I'm gonna fall in the water, so I probably shouldn't go that way. I see a motherfucking bear over there, by the way. That's a little scary. I want to get the present, but I don't want to get murdered in the process. Can I eat some foliage to get my health back? Oh, we're saying he lives in the North Pole. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if they were like, you know, if they originated in, you know, like one of the other areas around the North countries and then just kind of migrated over time. It wouldn't shock me if there was something along those lines. But at least they're partially from Finland and probably like Sweden and Norway, like probably those kind of Scandinavian countries. Yeah, they're an actual honest to goodness critter. And then they also live with Santa in the North Pole. And then there's Rudolph with his genetic mutation that baffles reindeer scientists to this day. With your nose so bright, how the fuck do you exist? And we're afraid of you, so we will bow down to you and worship you as our new god. It is likely very cold. It probably is quite chilly. What is this? What is this? This naked statue friend. Speaking of praying to things as my new god, can I, like, interact with you, statue friend? Can I just get some presents? Can I topple you? Hell yeah. Can I fucking say heck the rules? Topple the reindeer, topple the government and install a new reindeer rule of law. So 7 presents. I'm trying to look very closely for critters, because that lion thing was kind of hard to see until it was upon us. Also, a crucifix, so I hope they're not, like, performing, you know, activities here. A little bit ominous. How many presents? I'm assuming... Actually, I guess I don't know. Oh, there's a friend. I see him. Wonder how stealthy we can be. I give him a wide berth. Maybe it'll be fine. Assuming it'll tell us once we have all of them. For some reason in my brain, I'm assuming like 20, but I don't know why my brain arrived at that number. Only 10 billion presents for literally everybody. Actually, 10 billion would be enough for everybody. We just recently hit our 8th billionth person, apparently. I know we were talking the other day. Apparently, birth rates are quite low in a lot of countries. But overall, though, globally, human race still popping off. For better or for worse. Yo, Lunatic Chef, what's up, buddy? I was chilling with Lunatic Chef in GV's chat the other day, as he was playing some... what was he playing when I was chilling with Lunatic Chef? I think he was doing the Choo Choo Charlie game, the spooky train game, spooky Halloween train horror game. That looked at first like a shitpost, but is an honest to goodness, like, legit game. Shocked the hell out of me, honestly, when I first saw it. Did the 8 billionth person get a sticker? I sure hope so. I'm hearing some Dark Souls music. So that bear that we saw in the distance... Oh wait, here's where we fought that first tiger lad. So the bear, yeah, so the bear's over that way then. Good man, Ryan. Good man. Very, very responsible of you. I mean, there's other places you could spill it too. You know, if it's as long as you know the involved parties are consenting to it. Up here we go. There's a present way down there, but there's a bear guarding it, which makes me afraid. I'd want to check if I was the 8 billionth person. Yeah, honestly, same. Or like a cool t-shirt. I'm the product of 8 billion humans being born onto this planet, and all I got was this crummy t-shirt. That game is weird. That game is weird, but but I was impressed that it's like a full-fledged, they've got like an upgrade system. There's clearly AI. Oh god, can't see what I'm doing. There's clearly AI with where the train lad is going, where Charlie is going, and how he behaves, and there's sub-quests and NPCs. Like, there's a lot more to it than I was expecting. And also, this game is weird, but yeah, but that one is not just a shitpost game. It might be partly a shitpost, but it's a well-developed shitpost, which is not often how it goes. We got 10 presents so far, by the way. All I got was anxiety and depression. Too real, Ryan. Too real. Twitch recap. Hey, I made the cut. Hell yeah, Lunatic Chef. Well, thank you, buddy. I know Ryan said earlier I was on his top spot. Priority earlier said I was on the list as well. So, I honestly, I really do appreciate people watching. That's very generous. I recognize that, you know, your free time is very limited. Your free time is especially as we all get older. I mean, we have, you know, Ryan, Lunatic Chef, you guys got kids, so you guys, you understand more than anybody probably how finite and precious free time is. So the fact that people spend willingly, I'm assuming you're watching willingly, unless you're like, you know, chained to a chair at gunpoint, blink twice into the chat if you are not okay. But assuming you're watching willingly, I think that's super nice, because you could be doing anything with your time, you could be watching anybody. So the fact that you're choosing to spend more than 5 seconds here is super fucking cool, man. Lime says, blink 3 times. I'll take that as I'm extra okay. Great. Great, Lime. No, I think about it frequently. Just the subject of how like free time, you know, weekends and time off from work and from family obligations. As we all get older, it gets so much harder to wrangle. So like, it's hard to, because there's lots of games to play, videos on TikTok to watch, things on Netflix to watch, and family, like I said, family obligations and things to chill out with friends on, and I think that's invisible wall, I think, yeah. Well, actually, maybe I can keep going this way. Maybe not. Maybe we can keep going. But yeah, there's just so many things to spend your time on, so I never expect people to be here, you know. I'm never like disappointed, like, oh man, only so many viewers on today's stream, because there's just so much shit to do. There's so many distractions. You know, I don't ever expect to, you know, compete with with, you know, big priority things. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and I don't often say it enough, honestly. Thought I had an OnlyFans. No, this is my OnlyFans. This is what this is. This is my OnlyFans content that you're watching. It's just a very elaborate rerouting from my OnlyFans page. But this is the stream you're watching is the same as I show on the OnlyFans page. So this is definitely 18 plus content. So if I'm doing my job right, you should be feeling very aroused right now. So that's if your genitals aren't throbbing with anticipation right now, then I'm not doing my job right. When's the nudity happen? Well, that's the thing. I actually have this shirt tattooed onto my chest. So it's very dedicated to the Extra Life stuff, as you can see, the Extra Life logo. Looks like volcanic soil, like with how dark it is, right? Life is busy. Yeah, that's just how it goes. I was watching another streamer, and he was talking about how, you know, when you have viewers on Twitch or on YouTube, and to an extent TikTok. I mean, TikTok has a pretty younger audience, so it's not as much of an issue, and the barrier to entry is fairly low. But certainly on Twitch, certainly on YouTube, you got to think about it, because if you're on Twitch or YouTube, you're probably decently in the know when it comes to technology and computers and internet stuff. And if you have an account on Twitch, you know, a profile, and you follow people, that means you're keeping up at least somewhat with some number of streamers, and you probably know what games you know about popular games, you know about like just kind of Twitch culture or internet video game culture. So like that right there makes your time not just valuable, but also like worth money. Like, you know, time is money, that kind of thing. Because advertisers, you know, see that kind of thing as very important to them. That's why Twitch is going so far out of its way to try to cater towards advertisers, so that they'll buy advertising space on their website. That's why they're trying to figure out their own ad system the way that YouTube spent years trying to figure theirs out too. So it's like, not only is your time valuable, but your time is also, like, just generally speaking, like the average Twitch user, they're probably tech savvy. They're probably, you know, somewhere between young and like, you know, young-esque or young professionals. So it's like that's a very valuable demographic from, like, you know, the power, according to the powers that be, at least. So your time is valuable in like a lot of ways. It's valuable just by virtue of you being human, but also like you're a part of a demographic that advertisers look at and go, and they get all excited, and then their genitals start throbbing with anticipation. So it's I thought it was an interesting perspective, and it's good to keep in mind, where it's like, yeah, man, if you're watching on Twitch and you get like 5 viewers, 10 viewers, that's like 5 to 10 human people that are, again, you know, fairly in the know, and that's pretty significant. Kind of gets lost in the noise when you watch Shroud or XQC. They get 10,000 viewers on at minimum. Like, you know, at that point, it's a stadium of people. That's you know, Madison Square Garden sold out, you know, 2 times over. Well, maybe not 2 times over, but still, that's an arena. But then, and so you kind of get lost in the noise at that point. But like, yeah, thinking at it like even at the smaller scale, like, you know, 5-10 people, that's a room full of people, man. That's a room full of your homies. So it's like those are human people behind those numbers. Sharpie is a sponsor. Implement a gamer. There you go. What color Sharpie I have in my butt? I thought you were gonna say like they would draw like doodles on my face, like draw dick pics or dicks on my head, on my face. But guess the color of the Sharpie in my butt is a very interesting one. I was thinking maybe the size of the Sharpie, like based on how Alex is sitting, like how uncomfortable I am when I'm sitting down. But the color, or like the flavor, maybe. Lime says, I may or may not be a human person. Well, I'm assuming that you either used to be a human person or that you defeated one in martial and or mortal or perhaps even sexual combat. And that you defeated them, and that you've usurped their throne, or their position. So, for all intents and purposes, you're the person now because you defeated them, and hopefully you ate their body afterwards. I would guess blue. Blue is my favorite color, Lime. So, you got a good point there, my friend. butt Sharpies can spice things up. Oh, it's like the mood ring. Oh, so it like changes color. Well, I mean, I guess a butt Sharpie would change color, but it would just turn brown, I guess. So that's, I know, low-hanging fruit, right? I'm not afraid of the low-hanging fruits. When you're short like me, you tend to gravitate towards the low-hanging fruits from time to time, so that's how it goes. This is a cool game. I wonder if, similar to the present delivering spaceship game from the first half of the pack when we played a couple weeks ago, I'm wondering if this is similar to that one, where that game was kind of an infinite kind of an infinite game where like you had a goal and you had some progression for a bit, but then after a certain point the progression kind of dropped off and it just kept repeating infinitely. I wonder if this will have a similar thing where like after a certain point the presents just become infinitely respawning. Also, I wonder if I'm stuck. There's some wonkiness for sure. There we go. There we go. I'm just gonna Skyrim up the mountain. That's how you do it. That is how you do it, my friends. If there's actually 20, we are getting close. There's one up there. There's still the one by the bear we saw. Like there's more than 20 probably. Let's go with 10 billion. Hey, what's up, Resident Evil? Shroud's audience are more like, yeah, is it a Coliseum because of the fucking arguments and combat? I don't know. I think Shroud's pretty chill. I haven't really watched him in a long time. Uh-oh. That might not be a good idea. Whoa, I respawned. That's okay. That's fine. Like, he's pretty... I feel like he's got, like, a pretty chill vibe. Like, XQC is... I don't really like his... I don't want to sling mud. I don't want to make it sound like I think he's a horrible person. I'm not a huge fan of the vibe he has in his stream, so not my kind of thing. But yeah, some of the big streams, like the chats become unruly and just impossible to moderate. And I think that they don't attempt to moderate it because it's just a fucking swarm. So that's just kind of how it goes. How's Gracie doing? She's doing well. I'm actually going to see her tomorrow. I saw her yesterday. I'm going to see her tomorrow. Yesterday, we actually went to a Christmas play. One of her cousins, one of her little cousins was in a Christmas play. Hello? I want to get this present, please. And it was his first stage play. So his acting debut, and he did a great job. We watched the play. It was in Illinois, so we drove a little ways for it, but it was nice. Got to hang with her fam for a bit. And neither of us are particularly religious, so it wasn't like super preach or anything, so it was nice. It was a nice chill evening. So I got to see her yesterday. We're gonna hang out with her tonight, or tomorrow afternoon, by the way, which should be good. A little present down this way. It's got an awfully quiet in game. Hey, what's up, Corey? He's a different level. He's an interesting lad. He's, I think, by some measures, like the most popular streamer right now. By some metrics, either by viewership or by sub count, subscriber count, or by follower count. I don't know. He's always like around the top. Was it a different statue? I'm actually not sure. It is of like a similar aesthetic, clearly. But I couldn't tell if it... because it's, like, bigger, I think. And also there's no crucifix. Speaking of religious themes, there's no crucifix in front of it. So I think it's a different statue. And there's one over here, too. Let's grab these last couple presents, and then circle back to Santa and see what he says. Maybe he'll say, like, oh, just a few left, or maybe he'll say, like, oh, God, so many left. Whoa! The game just ended. What in the world? I saw something. I saw something like moved to my position. Maybe it was 24. Maybe it was 24 presents. I saw like a thing start to like drift towards us and the game just closed. So I guess that was it, yeah. Critical? Oh yeah, Gracie and I have watched Critical. Yeah, Moist Critical. Yo, what's going on? This is Critical. Playing some Pokemon, let's do this shit. I can't do the best Critical impression. However, I am very short like he is. So, I can't get his voice, but I have his stature down very well. Down very well. I think it was the bear. I think that's what it was. I think that's what that was, yeah. So now we've reached the mountaintop. What were we going for this whole time? What is our reward at the end? Let's find out. We commit a sacrifice to the altar and bathe in the blood of our enemies. Necro gift. Oh, this is the lady from the intro. Or no, her name is Bitey.
And with all the dreams, no less. I knew you could do it.
Your success cements your suffering.
Oh, don't be so dour. This is the time for celebration. 1 year's end sparks a new year's beginning.
Turn that up a little bit.
And with an offering this robust, I'm sure the curator will return to us a wonderful bounty.
The curator.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It shines with the light so bright.
Oh, it looks like it's time for you to go. I'm
Focused on the
sorry we
moon.
spent more time together, but I'll see you
Are we getting into your bag? Into the bag we go. Don't sell yourself short. Wink, says Whale. Welcome back, Johnson. All right, so that was the 2021. Actually, here, let's go back to this screen. There you can see everything. In fact, I realized some of that might have been cut off. I was in the smaller screen, the 4:3 ratio screen. Yeah, Body and Gifty. Gifty was the little robot voice generator as Necro Gift. That was the little present friend, the text-to-speech lad. Bunch of Easter eggs. Yeah, I recognize the name JB and Blood Machine. That's right. So I get a kind of breakdown of the games list. Knight's Fly was really cool. That was one of my favorites, although I think my actual favorite was the... You're gonna see a theme here, but the one that was like a Zelda... It had like a Zelda vibe to it. Banana Bam was good too. I like Banana Bam. But yeah, the one where you were working in a shop, throwing stuff into the hole, and it had like a very obvious Ocarina of Time vibe. Much like in the first pack, my favorite game in that pack had an Ocarina of Time vibe. Knight's Fly, though, was more Pilot Wings, and I love me some Pilot Wings. Yeah, that one was dope, Priority. I love that one. Holy shit. And like I said, we also have the 2022 pack. I might play some of the other, like, odds and ends indie games I've come across, because I do have several that I've installed from some of these developers, the developers that we featured in this pack. So, yeah, Pure Game was good. Babo Sengjar. I don't think that was the one I'm thinking it was. I think it was like number... Actually, we might have already missed it. Oh, no, that's it. Yeah, Madame Claudine's Curious Curiosities. That was the game that had a very Zelda-esque vibe. Menacing mechas in 64 shaders. Yeah, dude, that was incredible. So, like I said, I've sought out games that were made by a lot of these same developers. And I've very much found some favorites, or games that I want to stream by them. And some of them are working on some like pretty big projects that are still a ways away, but just things to kind of keep on my radar, which is exciting. Yeah, Fever Dream Johnny, Fever Dev Johnny. That's a developer I definitely recognize. JSON Sandbox, yeah, that one. I don't know if it may be JSON is somehow used in the game's development, but it was called JSON Sandbox. It was called like VR JSON Sandbox. It's not a VR game, at least not yet. It was really just a sandbox of like an engine with some like a game engine with like some underlying functionality built in. There was like a few bad guys, a few weapons. There was like programmable tools that you could use to like sync weapons with certain tools to do cool stuff. It was interesting, but obviously it was very much still just a sandbox. It wasn't like an objective. But the developer in like the intro sequence said they were working on a game for it, so hopefully there will be more to that one in the future. Playing some games on the Switch, very nice. A Barbarous King. That sounds like a good name. Barbarous King. Was that one of the names we saw on the list here? Because we're actually getting close to the end of the list. That was number 22. 24 was cool. They tend to save some of the really cool ones for last, but dude, the first like 10 had some of my favorites on it. And with my coffee beverage. And you! Oh, it also said, and it said, shoutouts to my mom. It says, and you. And there it is. And the eyeball gaze is back. Oh, there's 2 of them. Is it the skeleton friend from the first pack, maybe? It's just getting warbly. Getting warbly and weird. And then the game just ends. It just closes. That was cool. I like that. I would say overall, like on a per game basis, I liked 2021 pack a lot more than 2020. The 2020 pack had some real gems, but I think this one had more games that I really liked. And had like more beefy games. There were still a few really short ones, but there were more things I was able to sink my teeth into.